Smells rough.
Yeah.
There was one preview.
Let's
That was
all
it.
go to
Yeah.
the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
There's one staff member. The same lady that sold you your tickets is the lady that let you out the door and let you and got your popcorn.
Right.
Mick Ultra, and I put a lime in it. Interesting. I'm not a big fan of Mick Ultra anyway, but I was like, I'll drink it tonight.
Make it a little spicy.
I am looking.
I think I'm going to eat Mexican with my mom after this, so.
He's going to skip out on us.
Yeah.
Skipping out. Dakota, I don't remember what our...
Man, Chase, you need to get that paper away from the microphone, man.
Sorry.
I know you don't have
I don't have a
headphones,
stand, so I'm just trying to turn my phone off.
I can't
I don't
figure
know
out...
what's
I
going
can't mute him either.
but you can't mute him?
No. It's like...
Oh,
to me.
man.
All right, can you hear me?
That is not his mic.
Oh, yeah. He's in jack
Now-
number 4.
Is that Chase? That turned him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I don't need to be on anyways.
Who the hell is in 5 then? Ben, is that you?
Yeah, Ben's in 5.
That's why we can't hear Ben
Yep.
at all. There, talk to me, Ben.
Still can't get you.
He was
Yo.
on 5. You moved the mics around.
That's it.
There,
Yo,
yeah.
yo,
there we
yo.
go.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
We're on.
So,
Like, shit, Chase is out of control. I can't stop him.
for everybody who's wondering, watching this video right now, we have a 5th person, and he has the bastard mic, is what we're calling it. It's Chase.
Is he in the shot?
No, he's not in the shot.
Chase is like the off-screen producer tonight.
Sorry, Chase. I feel bad. I'm trying. We're squeezing.
Yeah. Chase is our Ace Crosby on this one. Hey, Chase, will you turn that light a little bit? Nope.
I don't
The other
know
way.
if we can
The
say
other
Ace
direction.
Crosby with these guys here. That might get them fired. That's a different station.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say I know that
yeah,
name.
that's pretty
I
good.
know that
Yeah.
name.
That's
Sounds like a hockey player for sure.
That's a WFPQ name.
It does sound right.
Sounds like a
Ace-
classic rock.
Ace Crosby? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Ace Crosby. He's the guy from the Bob
That's
and
Sidney
Tom show.
Crosby. Oh, Ace. Yeah. No Ace. No, of Ace.
I
Batman's
just
dog?
know his voice. I wouldn't know him if I saw him.
I have literally no idea where our... maybe it's scripts. Maybe it's under scripts.
Under
Oh, that's
script.
it. All
Hey,
right.
there you go.
Found it. I'm a big boy. I can do this myself. All right, I'm going to share the video. It should be out there, Ben and Joe.
Yeah,
is
let's
it
throw
the-
it on
the
there.
chat.
Let's get them
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
it's out
Direct the
there.
people there.
Mhm.
That's it. People can find us. We have 2 listeners already, or 2 viewers.
It's your mother and Matt Pierce.
Matt Pierce. He can't be
Such a
arresting
quality
anybody if he's
picture.
watching.
No, he's sitting there in Spiceland trying to catch people blow through that stupid stop sign that I keep complaining about. Matt, have you removed that yet?
That's a Darrin Jacobs issue. Does it count if we talk about Darrin before we actually go live?
I don't know. To be safe, we should bring him up later.
All right. Well, we will. There's a good chance. Well, we're live on the video, but not live on the...
I think Chase is muted.
Oh, yeah.
What's this?
Chase is muted on purpose. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
There we go.
Hello?
Jerry, we changed one person.
What's the story behind that screenshot up there?
Which one?
So
The
that's City
frame-
Councilman Aaron Dickin, and he started the.
Oh, yeah.
I think he started the tradition of people gifting us things.
Yep.
So Aaron brought that the first time he was on the show.
Oh, my
He's
God, I
scheduled
feel
for next week.
terrible.
Yeah, I know. That's I mean, the night's not over yet. So
Then you got like an extra espresso hoodie in the back or something?
and I think he was
I
one of the
think
very
it's, I think
first
it's a
people.
small.
What kind of socks are you wearing?
Me?
Yeah, what size are your shoes?
No show.
No show.
No
I
show
like
guy
it.
when it's hot.
I like no shows.
All right, everybody ready?
Okay.
We feel good.
Got some holes about to pop through there.
No. A little bit.
that
All
one
right.
was in the shot, man. You did a good job.
Got it up there.
Little ballet socks.
Yeah.
Got kicks. Oh, it's so weird. I can see it. It's like 3 different versions of it over here on all the screens.
Uh huh.
All right, everybody ready?
I'm
You got that
always
link?
ready.
Could
Yeah.
could you put it in the? How do I get to it?
Oh no, hang on.
I'm like 50.
If you're drinking your Mick Ultra over there in the can.
Is everybody
Share,
doing it?
copy link. We'll put it in the chat. That'll work.
Put that bitch in the chat.
Good to go.
Hot start.
It's in there. right. While you're doing that, I'm going to get the intro out of the way.
All right, let's get the show.
We've
on the
lost
road,
all of our
man.
listeners already. There's
Yep.
one. Eldon today.
It's Eldon. We lost your mother.
Well, even my mom said, I'm not doing this. She doesn't love me that much. Somebody didn't put the SD card back after TFT on Tuesday.
There. Nope.
Now we got it. Welcome to the Boss Hog of Liberty podcast on the Weird Libertarians Network. I'm your host, Jeremiah Morrell, and as always, I'm joined by our co-host, Dakota Davis.
Hey, how's it going, Jeremiah?
It's a full house, Dakota.
Yeah, I feel like I just saw you over the weekend.
Yeah, I've seen some of these guys, some of the people in here even more recently than that.
Uh-oh.
We'll talk in a minute. Our show is about our lives in rural Indiana. It's a show about folks who are involved in politics. We promise that our episodes are going to be a fun and an easy listen. We interview people who are influencers, elected officials, political experts, and folks we just find interesting. That last one is the catch-all we use for anything we want to do on the show because it's our show. We are joined today by the guys from Expresso podcast out of Indianapolis. We got Joey Malone.
Espresso.
Espresso.
It's Espresso.
There's no X.
No, it's cool. It doesn't matter. I was just kind of reinforcing. Gotta get
In
it
case people
out.
wanna check it
Gotta
out.
get it out.
So we got Joey Mulinaro on my left wearing the Cubs World Champion shirt. You waited a while for that one.
Sure did. Jason Hayward, walk-off grand slam last night.
And
Pretty hype.
Ben, we got Ben Palazzo.
Oh,
Anywhere
Polizzi?
close?
It's cool. Polizzi.
Polizzi. Ah,
Let's see.
It's all right.
And,
Two Z's make it like
T.
pizza.
Pizza. Yeah.
Polizzi.
And then off screen we got Chase Peyton with he's just doing selfies in the corner, but
What up, guys?
he hung out with us last weekend, so we got him again tonight.
It was a good time.
He's these guys host a sports podcast out of Indy.
Kinda.
Kind of. It's sports and life. It's kind of like us. We're politics and whatever we want to talk about. And you guys are kind of a similar theme. You're more produced than we are. We are more of a renegade. We just turn mics on and see what happens. And you guys do segments, and you're a little more professional.
No, we try. We try to get the segments in there so people are like, what the hell am I listening to?
What's
Okay.
going to happen? Yeah.
Right.
Where I'm like, at the end of the night here tonight, after we finish up, I'll be like, I'm just going to put a front on it, a back on it, and stick it in the podcast feed, and people are going to get what they get.
Yep.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
And I try to, while it's exporting, I try to do the best I can to remember what the hell we talked about.
You guys are killing it, though, man.
Yeah, it's not bad. We're the front page of the newspaper today.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Middletown paper. Eldon Pitts was on last week.
Except
and,
we were below the fold, man. Come
hell,
on, Eldon.
we were above the fold on the Courier back in September when we were the hot news story.
Yeah.
We're below the fold in Middletown, but we're in the newspaper all week with those guys this time. So, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
As long as you're not on
We'll
the
see.
back page, right?
That's right.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Yeah, we're not on page 6.
We're still caller.
Oh, Patreon news, Dakota. We got an update.
We got a thank you to send out there to Matthew Moore. He is the latest person to join our Patreon group. As always, you can go to patreon.com/BossHogLiberty. We are funded by our listeners right now, and it's this is how we buy all of our equipment. That's how we bought our 5th mic that Chase is using off screen right now.
Is it working?
It is.
Yeah, it's
Sound
working.
great.
We don't have the money for a 5th set of headphones, but you're on. Maybe someday.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
Big thank you to Matthew Moore. It's always awesome whenever somebody new signs up.
Eldon says it's not his call as to where we go in the paper, by the way.
All right.
He writes the story and it goes wherever. Apparently, we couldn't outdo the graduation in the Middletown Lions Club Fair.
What if we slip them at 20?
Well, it's already printed now.
Well,
You don't know how much I had to pay to get in the paper to start with.
Yeah, thank you, Patreon people.
It's all good. It's fun.
Nope, in our tinfoil time topic, that is the bonus episode that my wife, Audrey, and I produced for everybody that is on the Patreon feed. It was the conspiracy theory of Project Bluebeam, which was really interesting. It's about this man who thinks that NASA is going to use high-tech hologram technology to bring all of the world under one religion. Religion, for some reason.
When's that taking place?
It could be at any time. It's already in the works, man.
Yeah, keep you on the seat of your pants there.
Yeah.
You're ready to
I
go.
created this podcast so that we could all become good Catholics or Baptists or whatever we are.
Mm-hmm.
I was an altar boy, but now I'm just a Baptist. I'm
I
apathetic.
hope it's a
We're
weird
crappy
religion.
Catholics.
Yeah.
I heard
We're
one of
not
y'all
even
doesn't
creasters.
I heard
We're not
one of y'all
even
doesn't even know how to pray.
We don't.
No.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
We got
I
the sign of
always,
the
I
cross
always
down.
lose
Yeah.
it, you know?
You got that down.
Chase's grandpa is a pastor, and he went to some private Christian colleges. So I'm sure after the show he can
Teach you, man.
show you
Yeah.
how
How
to
do you
be
do it?
first
Can you
in
be my
line.
altar boy?
It sounds kind of sexy.
Sweet.
How do you pray? Or do you get on? Do you Do you go knees?
You gotta go
hands on-
knees.
Elbows on bed.
You gotta go hands straight like this,
Eyes closed.
just like that, and then you just whisper,
And then you just.
and then you fall asleep. Usually I do it during school. That's the best time.
Is it all in English or Latin, or are you doing some tongues? What's the?
It starts out in English, and then as it goes along, I mumble a little bit, like, but he knows what I'm saying. So it's
That
Yeah.
middle part
Yeah.
where you don't really know what you want to pray for.
Yeah.
Just kind of get
just
to the
gotta
big
let
finish.
it all out.
Yeah, the grand finale.
There we go.
Definitely.
So we spent the weekend together. Dakota, Chase, myself, and about 5 other dudes. We spent the weekend together in prayer down in Tennessee
Yep,
for
we
a
went
for
to a
big,
few Bible studies and
prayerful weekend.
yep.
Praying that the soon-to-be wedding goes well.
Praying that the wedding goes well,
Yep.
and praying that I could keep something down on Sunday morning or Saturday morning.
Jared, what was your favorite part of the Song of Solomon?
um,
Was it the movie part?
that was the book we read. Yeah.
Hey, a spoiler alert for you guys. Jeremiah couldn't keep anything down Saturday morning.
Well, honestly, I wasn't awake for most of Saturday morning, but Saturday around lunchtime,
Yeah, that's true.
we went hard. So Friday the bachelor party. We don't want to cost me my future marriage or anything with any stories, but Friday, my brother's my best man. He planned it. We went to a real nice steakhouse, and we got there, and
That
they
was
had
awesome.
they had a custom menu. It said, congratulations, Jeremiah, or whatever. So it was a solid move by him.
See, this is interesting, real quick, because
Yeah.
as you know, Jeremiah, I'm
That's right,
in
Joe.
the process of trying to plan a wedding, and I don't know how any of that goes in terms of best man stuff. I mean, he's a candidate, you
Yeah.
know, so
Up
we
there.
gotta figure out how it goes in terms of planning, reserving, whether you get the name on the menu, like you said. So I'm
Yeah,
interested to hear how
Yep,
it
yep.
goes.
So we went out. It was a nice dinner in Nashville. Last time we went, we went for Dakota's bachelor party back in the fall, October maybe, somewhere in there.
Yeah, something like that.
It was the Titans and Ravens played that weekend. I don't know what day it was, but I know the Ravens fans were in town.
Okay.
But it was nice fall weather. We went in June 1st. It was hot in
Yeah.
Nashville.
Swampy.
Yeah.
But we wanted to look good, so I wore my long sleeve button down shirt. We had dinner and it was fine.
Baby.
But then we didn't go back. Our Airbnb was 15 minutes away. We didn't go back to change out. We're just like, we're going to the bars.
I went with the classic
away?
serial killer look
Right away.
and wore a short sleeve button down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
so-
it's like he's either coming to my
Yeah.
door to, Jehovah's Witness, or he's going to kill me.
Yep,
Kind of thing.
yep. It's a
Nice.
toss up.
Yeah. So
Ladies dig that.
But I've never seen a Jehovah's Witness with a beard. So
This is true.
you're an Amish
I get them
witness.
mixed up, right? I get the Amish and the
Yeah.
sorry.
I do have some advice for you. If you're planning a big dinner like that, I went for the 16-ounce steak, which sounded great at the time, and it was delicious. But coming up, that's a lot of steak coming up. So go for like the 8-ounce to 12-ounce. Keep it
Right.
within that range. Probably 10.
Get
10
some
ounces is
light-
the perfect.
Yep.
Salad beforehand.
Chase was debating whether or not he should throw up, and I was consoling him, telling him it was a good idea.
Always a good idea to throw up.
It
Once
is.
it's
Yeah,
hot,
yeah, yeah.
Fixes everything.
It does.
Oh yeah. So we had a good time on the Friday night,
Yep.
and I'm
The
told I
steak
had a
was
very
awesome.
good time towards the end, but parts of it
Those.
parts of it get a little sketchy. So I'm trying to find. So yeah, it got hot. We did a little dancing. We went from club to club. It was Nashville on Broadway on a Friday night. It's full.
Is it all just live country music, or can you go to kind
Well,
of a club and
there-
dance it up a little
No,
bit?
Yeah.
there's a little of everything. So it's like most of the bars are like 3-level bars. So the front door, main bar is usually your old time honky tonk kind of thing. Right at the front door, you got somebody playing some Dwight Yoakam or some sort of standard. And then the middle floor, like for some of the bars, one of the ones we went to was almost they were playing
Like rock music,
it
and
was like
alternative.
Metallica, that kind of thing going on. And
And
then
then-
the top floor was like club music. It was a
Yeah.
DJ.
There was one that was like straight up EDM music, and the lights are flashing.
Is that your jam? EDM?
I
When
was
you're getting
dancing.
down?
I was
Little
dancing.
snake
I'll
pit
say
It
that.
doesn't
Yeah.
even matter what the jam is. You could be on
Yeah.
the first floor in the saloon. Just
Dakota has no idea what the snake pit is. He's disappointed me in the worst
Yep.
way in May.
Ah,
he
never-
had his
yeah.
tickets bought, race tickets bought. And
for the
said,
pit?
for turn 3 for
Oh.
infield. Couldn't make it.
Jeremiah
I
was
didn't
throwing
go.
a huge party out
Couldn't
there.
make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
working,
Every
or else
year.
I'd be.
What's that?
Did you go to the snake pit this past?
I didn't go in. I've got the turn 3 infield party. I'm over 30, so I can't do this.
Is it
I can't do
worth-
I can't do the
Come
snake
on,
pit.
dude.
Is the snake pit worth it? I've only
Gotta
been.
go
I've only
once.
been to the race
It
one
is,
year.
It is.
Got to go once.
This was my first year. I had a great time. So next year, I think I'm doing the snake.
You're gonna
pit.
get the snake
for the
pit
pit.
pass
I'm
too.
ready for the pit.
You'll see a lot of interesting stuff. Even if you're not like into it,
Mhm.
you're
Yeah.
still into it.
I hear a lot of people
Yeah.
get carried out.
Museum, dude.
Well, yeah, because
Museum of dead people.
you have all the people who are inside the pit trying to get down to the music, but then you have that hill that's up there. That's pretty much just like almost third world country. Like there's people just bodies
rolling
on the ground,
down it on accident.
rolling like they're just passed out.
We had friends come out of the pit, and they were
Yeah.
super muddy.
We had one dude come out, real dude's totally put together. Came out with a broken sunglass, bloodied up, and he had a good time, but it looked rough.
Dude, you got to fight to get.
He
that
flew
front
in.
row.
Uh-huh.
He flew in from Portland, got off the plane at 5:30, and came straight to the track.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a day.
He was
That's
intense.
Nice, though. You know he was so ready, probably taking those shots on the plane.
A little adrenaline,
Go.
a little ecstasy.
It's a good time.
Ecstasy on the plane.
So yeah, back to
Buckle your seatbelts.
back to Nashville for a minute. I love talking May though. Friday night was a little rough. Got up Saturday at some point, I guess. And there's a Hattie B's fried chicken is like the tourist trap.
Is
So
it Hatties or Natties?
I think it's Hattie's.
I thought it was Natties, like Nashville.
I'm not an
like
expert,
that.
and I definitely wasn't paying attention to the sign at the time. So if you think it's Natty's, it might be Natty's.
I thought it was Hattie's. With an
Do you
H.
think it's Hatties? Huh.
That's 2 votes for Hattie's.
All right. I might be wrong.
Put it on the
Dakota,
poll,
can you
man.
read?
I wasn't really paying attention either. There was something really funny happening
The
behind
people
me.
can't see my face. So can you reenact the lady's face standing behind Jeremiah?
Yeah.
So we show up. I'm like a shaken baby. We get out of the Uber and get dropped off in front of this place, and there's a line. Like it was deep, and it's
Hatties.
95 degrees for Hattie's
Like
or
a
Natty's.
2-hour line
For
at
Natty's.
least.
Yeah. And I get out of the car and I look around. I've turned blue, and I held it in. I didn't throw up in Steve, the Honda driver's car, but I'm looking around and there's no grass. There's nothing. So I'm like, well, it's right here.
Pull the trigger, baby.
So I'm standing in line. I got 8 buddies in front of me. Not a damn one of them knew who I am when I'm going. They're just eyes straight ahead, and I hear 2 of them laughing.
It was, yeah. I was
me.
like, I was just standing straight forward. I'm like, not even gonna look back because it wasn't like just a little like, bleh. It was
a full heat.
it was
violent.
violent and
full
like
body.
it was so violent that it was like moving his entire body. Like he didn't have control of
Dude,
his
that's a
body as it was
workout.
coming out.
Some of
Yeah.
it's for content. I mean, you gotta put on a show.
So he's doing that, and then Danny, his brother, starts
The best man.
He starts crying, laughing next to me, and I just couldn't hold it anymore. So I started crying, laughing. I was laughing so hard. I haven't laughed that hard in a long, long time.
Do we have a video or anything? of
No,
this?
we were
This is
all
a bachelor
What?
party.
Yeah.
There are no cameras. We literally
That's
we
the
got
rule for the
af-
bachelor
after
party?
the bachelor
No
party. I looked
cameras?
at my phone. I'm like, I got like 6 pictures the whole weekend.
That means
You
we
look
did a
at the
good job.
pictures
Yeah, that's
once,
what it's all
and then
about.
you delete the pictures. You look at it once, you delete it.
Yeah.
Hangover style.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you're listening to Boss Hog Liberty podcast. We got Jeremiah Morrell, Dakota Davis, Chase Peyton, Benedict Polizzi.
We'll take that.
Is that close enough?
Yeah, definitely.
Pope Benedict.
And Joey Mulinaro. Joey, by the way, I listened to, totally off track again. I listened to Jersey Johnny growing up, right? Jersey Johnny and Grover. I don't know if you remember Grover back in the day, but they were a twosome. Back in the 90s, they were a couple Colts fans or whatever, and they had the show on Sunday afternoons.
Oh, yeah.
So Johnny's been going for 20 years now, at least, on the radio, and you're his sidekick in the
Yep.
last few months. So now I listen on Sundays, driving around Indy, and there's Joey on the radio.
Hey, yeah. Try my best. Hang in there with Jersey. You know,
That's it.
he's an off-color character, so it's
Yeah.
weird having that 40-year difference between the two of us, but we have fun with it. So.
Me and my co-host are, I don't know, what are we, 13 years apart, 12 years apart, something like that?
Yeah, something.
It
12
gets me
years.
all the time.
It's 12 years apart, yeah. But speaking of things that are old and only Jeremiah knows about, Entourage. He
Yeah.
kept, on the way down there, he kept calling Chase Turtle. And, like, we're both kind of chuckling, like, haha.
Yeah, they're just playing
Okay.
along.
Yeah.
Fun nickname.
Ben, do you have any idea? Did
No
you watch?
idea.
None of
I
you
don't
guys
watch
did.
anything.
He
Like when you
doesn't.
guys were talking about Star Wars earlier. I
Yeah,
was
you're just not
The
playing.
room's cool.
I only go to Star Wars because Jeremiah doesn't have anyone else to go with.
Sarah refuses to go with me.
Hey,
I got to go on my own.
Riley won't go with me either, so we can go together.
I'm
You
all
me and
about
Chase
the
will go next
extra
time.
stuff at the theater. The snacks.
I could get you to go
Yes.
for that.
I'd be so down. just looking at people, watching them. I wouldn't even look at the movie.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to do that at the theater that they went to because there were 6 people there.
They're the only ones there.
Oh, there were some people watching. Chase and I were pissed off at 2 of the people in the theater already. The 2 people in the back.
2 of the 6. You shut up.
There was like a 70-year-old Hoosier dude in the back that we were ready to beat down.
He talked the whole time. I'm pretty sure he was talking on his phone too. It wasn't even to the
On the
person next to
phone?
him. I heard him answer and
kind of animal
say,
is that?
"Call me right back." And I was like, "Oh, he's gonna take it in the lobby." No, he didn't. He took it while the movie was
Call me
playing.
right back right now.
During the Kessel Run, he's having to call him back.
During the
right in middle of
Coke roller
solo.
coaster at the beginning. Silence your phones.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that.
It was fun. So yeah, so I'm calling. If you guys haven't watched Entourage, I did a poll. Apparently nobody, other than my brother, Danny. So Michael, who went to the bachelor party, Danny and myself. Danny's first house he bought, Michael was his roommate, and he lived in the middle of nowhere. He had no internet. He lived on a road. We barely had electricity at the house, so there was no TV. There was nothing. So we had like the first 5 seasons of Entourage on DVD. So you go over to their place, and that's what we'd watch. We just watch Entourage all the damn time.
Not
So
bad.
it became ingrained in us.
I heard it was so good.
It was
Or
a
is
good
so
show, yeah.
Still
Everybody
on?
loves it.
It was on HBO for like 5 or 6 years, and then they made a movie.
I heard the movie was not good.
It was fan service. It's kind of like the Solo movie. You know, if you cared, it's all right, but I wouldn't just go watch the Entourage movie. So,
That's such an aficionado.
Who would do that?
save your
Love it,
$8.
love it, love it. I wouldn't watch it.
I would watch
I
it.
watched it, but I'm saying if you didn't watch the
I feel
show,
you. No, I
don't,
got you.
bother. So I call him Turtle driving down because I at one point we switched
Wait,
vehicles.
Chase?
Chase.
Yeah.
I called him Chase.
Yeah.
I made
Calls
him
me
drive
Turtle.
the Tahoe, and Turtle was the wheelman on there. He drove the Entourage around.
See, because Dakota kind of looks more like Turtle, though.
Yeah.
Right? From my
Well,
limited
wait,
knowledge.
I think it was what I was
But
wearing.
Chase is wearing his Knicks shirt and his Yankees hat.
Nick shirt. So,
Okay.
short sleeve button up, long sleeve button up, Nick shirt.
Yeah, Knicks shirt.
Trying to
On
paint
the way
this
down.
picture. Jeans?
uh,
Jeans all around?
Nike sweatpants.
Just on the way down.
Nike sweatpants.
Yeah,
So
we
we weren't
changed.
going
When
out
we
with
get to the place, we changed.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you went right there or something.
No, we went to the Airbnb, checked in.
Tripping.
But on the ride down, 5-hour ride in the car. I
On the
think
way
I-
down, I think I had my capris on.
Those right there you
Yeah,
got?
yeah.
What's up with that? Let's hear about those.
I just like my capris, man.
No, I feel you. I'm,
Yeah,
Are
I'm
they
with it. I
zip-ons?
just want to know how it all came about. You
I-
just
I
became a
saw-
Capri guy?
Well, I saw them on Amazon. It was one of those things.
Oh, it's
and
Amazon.
yeah,
Stand
it's on
up, stand
Amazon.
up for the show. Get on your
I'm
chair.
not gonna stand
kinda
up
look
because
like
I'm gonna
pirate
knock something
pants.
over. But I saw them on Amazon. They looked a lot shorter
They
on Amazon,
spoke to you.
and I was like, I like those shorts. And then I bought them. I got them. They were a lot longer, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna roll with it.
Did you think about cutting them? Or
No.
once you put them on, you're like, this is me.
Nah.
See, I
Yeah.
could cut sweatpants into some baggy shorts / capris.
Yeah.
Oh,
House
yeah,
shorts.
I've done
comfy
that.
House shorts. Yeah.
I love sweat shorts.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Nice.
I know what that's
I
about.
feel you.
I have cut another pair of capris that I got on Amazon.
Jean capris?
No, these were khaki shorts, supposed to be, and they were really long as well. And I was like, the khaki's not doing it for me. They getting cut.
How many pairs of capris do you own?
So I had the 2, but now I just have the 1 because I
That's
cut
my-
them.
The whole closet.
Yeah.
Got the
It's capris, man.
collection.
I feel like
Yeah.
you're doing the fans a disservice.
Yeah, he's gotta stand up.
Get up.
I'll take a picture for him.
See,
and we'll
get
post it
up.
on
See
there.
Ben's pants. Stand up.
Well,
They're
Show
asking.
us some of those dance moves you're
No
doing.
one's
over
Stand on the chair.
weekend.
No
Stand on the
one's
chair.
asking.
Stand on the chair. Stand on the chair.
Stand
Please.
on the chair.
Please.
Oh God, I'm gonna
I'll
fall
hold
on
your-
the table. It'll be like Barstool Sports in here.
Oh, that's the other thing.
Please
This
do
is-
it.
This is my poker table at home, so if anybody is coming to the wedding, I registered for another folding table. I needed one for the race.
I'm about to just pull this curtain
I gave
up so
up.
they can see the bottom.
I gave up
capris.
so much for the show. All right, one more thing we had. 2 more things we had to work out on this Nashville trip before we get into talking
Yeah.
with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
We had the great pizza debate.
Yep.
After we got
Oh,
through
man.
lunch,
Oh, I can
lunch
get into
eating,
this combo.
there were back.
Talk.
So we get out of we
This
get out
could
of a
get
bar.
heated. Just warning everybody.
We get out of a bar.
Nice play on words.
And we walk outside, and there are 2 pizza shops side by side,
Yep.
like share a common wall.
What are the names?
Oh man, that's a good
I
question.
don't. Dude,
No.
Hang on,
Dude, I don't
I'll
remember
get
that.
New
it.
York style?
They're both New
Okay,
York style.
but
Yeah.
so
they're not like chains.
One
Yeah.
No,
attempted
they're-
to be New York style, and the other one was actual New York style pizza.
They're
So
local.
Knicks, he knows.
we walk into this place, man.
Hey,
All right.
My passport says I'm from New York. Okay, I am a New Yorker.
Yeah, that's right.
I've got the credibility.
So we walk into the first place. It's a whole group of 8 of us, and we go, "Do you sell pizza by the slice?" And the man behind the counter goes, "No." He's like, "We don't sell pizza by the slice. You have to buy the whole thing." And I was like,
Hate that.
"What kind of pizzeria doesn't sell pizza by the slice. Like, this is horrible business. So then me and Michael, the other guy, we walk over to the next place, and he's got pizza slices that seriously at the end of the crust are like 12 inches. They're
Ball
huge.
pizza.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Enzo's.
yep, I'm gonna get this, man. And we got
All right,
it,
here we
ate
go.
it. It was amazing.
The one on the left, the first one that doesn't sell by the slice, is New York Pizza. That's the name. Hole in the Ball, New York Pizza.
Bullshit place.
The place on the right,
Yeah.
Obese Pizza.
Obese.
I
Like
go with
Obi-Wan?
Obi's.
OBIE.
It's not
Obese.
obese. It's obese.
Obese pizza. Let's go there.
Roll them in. So, yeah, Obese and New York Pizza. So I said, all right, I'll do the New York Pizza. I waited.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they waited like
We
10
got an
minutes.
extra
So you
large
got
pizza.
a little bit of both.
Yeah, so
was there a
I was gonna
taste
say,
test?
this is
Yeah,
There was.
so it turns into a whole thing.
Yeah, it was a big deal, man.
How'd it go down?
So
Well-
Michael and I finished our pizzas obviously
From
before they
Obi's.
even
From Obi's.
Obi's before they even
What'd you
get
get on
theirs,
it?
and I got a cannoli before they even got their pizza. Right? So it's like,
You're
okay,
winning this battle.
yeah, obviously there's some points going to Obi's for this
They
one.
also had air conditioning.
Yeah,
Other
they
place
had-
did not.
Correct. So then we go over. I realize that they have their pizza made, and I'm like, I'm gonna try this pizza to see what it's like.
Yeah.
I pick it up, and grease literally starts dripping off of the pizza, like
Goofy movie.
not just like dripping, but like running. And I was like,
Waterfall pizza.
I'm like, I'm not gonna like this. I can already tell. And I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. I took a bite of it, and it burned the roof of my mouth.
Oh.
and I'm like,
Well, that's your move. That's your
No.
problem.
No.
That's your move.
If you're gonna get it,
If you don't have the
Signature move.
if you
mouth
don't have
burn.
the ability to wait,
So-
until
and then
the
I
pizza's not
realized
gonna
that
burn your
the
mouth,
that
that's
the
a you
pizza
problem.
sauce, you know, it's supposed to have like oregano and garlic. No,
Straight
it's just
nothing.
tomato paste.
All right,
Yeah.
time
So
out.
okay.
Time out. You think Pizza King's cool?
I like Pizza
I like
King.
Pizza
It's
King.
okay.
Cool.
It's okay.
It is kind of cool. The
It's
pizza.
not.
Train?
It's not New York Pizza.
I like their breadsticks, really.
Oh, there's two Pizza King franchises in the world. There's those with the train and no train. Out here, no train.
see, we got the
Different.
train.
I think the trains
different.
are kind of extinct now.
Yeah,
Really?
they are.
You gotta
There's
go
one
certain
in
places.
Richmond.
I got one it's right by my.
That has the
house.
train?
Has the train.
Okay.
All right.
Does it have the game controller in the?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see that?
The game controller.
There's like a Sega controller at some. I don't know if it's
No,
updated.
the ones around here
Last
they've
time I went
got
was, like,
usually
third
got
grade.
Pac-Man. Yeah, but there's no.
Right, but in
Like
the booth
embedded
itself.
into the table, there's a controller.
No, we just got the telephones.
But like whenever
Yeah,
you're a kid and you go
big
into
red
Pizza
phone.
King, it's like the coolest thing to be able to pick up the phone and place the order, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we have the phone.
Really?
No.
All the tables have a phone
Yeah,
on them
they're
that
totally
go to the
different.
kitchen.
They're totally different places. I think after
Customized
this, instead of
Pizza
going to
Kings.
B-Dubs, we're gonna go get pitchers of beer at Pizza King. It'll
So
cost us like
pictures-
120
That's
bucks.
pretty greasy pizza too. It's like
Yeah.
that waterfall pizza you're talking about.
yeah.
Okay.
You lift
It
up
is.
that box and look under it.
So here's my side of the story. All right, we're ordering this extra large pizza for everybody.
Yeah, everybody's standing there.
Everyone's standing there. We order it extra pepperoni. We're waiting for it. We look
Wow,
behind
gamble.
us. Everyone's disappeared except for 4 of us. So
half
we-
the crew- half the entourage.
We don't
is
know
there.
where they went. We thought they went out the side to smoke or something. I don't know. We get the pizza. I thought it was really good. You know, we're telling these guys that the pizza's way better than the place next to them. Haven't tried that pizza yet. Find out they were at the other place. They come back. They try the pizza. They're like, oh, this pizza's not as good. And we're like, bullshit. It is really good. And this is all right in front of the people who own the business. So, you know,
Nice.
so
It was very emotional for a Saturday
It
morning.
it really
leave.
was.
crying.
we
Crying
leave.
tomato paste.
And I hear there's a cannoli at the other place. I'm like, well, I got to go get a cannoli. So I go over there. I'm like, hey, man, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard you guys got cannolis.
Chase tried to get me to go Lady in the Tramp with a cannoli.
Yeah, I did.
I did get the first corner of
That's
it.
what that
It
is.
was-
Nice.
And he was like, yeah, dude, we got cannolis. And I was like, I want one of those. He was really cool. I knew he was cool. So I'm like, hey, man.
Was it Obi himself?
It was Obi. It was
yeah,
Mr. Obi.
Obi
I go,
was.
hey, man, I haven't tried your pizza, but I heard it's way better than the pizza next door. He was like, you want a free slice? I was like, heck yeah, I do. He was like, all right, do a Yelp review, which I never did.
Oh, Jesus, that's the catch.
No, you're not doing a Yelp review. You're doing it on a podcast that goes national, man.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
That's
And you're
true.
rave reviewing
Millions
right
of
now.
listeners are hearing this
Tear 'em
right
down,
now.
dude.
End them. End
Best
Obi.
pizza I've
Worst
ever had.
cannoli ever.
It was a really good cannoli.
Obi-Wan cannoli.
I tried
That's
the
what it should be
pizza.
called.
It was way better than the original pizza.
You hear that? Obi's is better than
Obi's
New
is
York.
definitely better.
Was there another
No.
dessert choice besides a cannoli?
I didn't
Yeah, there's
ask.
like
I was
tiramisu.
satisfied.
Why were you guys with the cannoli so hard?
I like cannolis a lot, man.
Yeah.
I
Cannolis are
also
good.
like cannolis.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was so much bigger. It was more like New York style pizza. It was delicious. 1 to 10, one bite. You know the rules. 6.9.
All right, Frankie.
So
I was gonna give it a 7.3.
yeah, it cured me.
6.9.
Pretty good pizza.
It
if it's
cured
in the
all my Saturday
70s.
morning
It
problems.
was good.
I was
What's
good
like
to
what's
go.
Papa John's?
Papa John's, that's like a 4, man.
A 4.
Ah.
Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut.
I miss
Pizza Hut.
Hut.
Pizza Hut is if,
You have the
if
cheese and the
Papa John's
crust.
is a 4.
Like
Yeah.
stuffed
The
crust.
Stuffed
Yeah.
crust.
Stuffed
That adds
crust.
it.
Stuffed crust takes it from a 5 to a 6.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
a 6 just
Yeah.
for stuffed crust.
See,
That's
I love
where,
that
Super
stuffed
Bowl
crust.
where me
special
and Ben went to
occasion
high
me.
school, we had Papa John's every Wednesday available to us. So by the end of those 4 years, we kind of Papa John's out.
You've had it all, yeah.
But about
Papa
done with
John's
Papa
anymore, like it. Going to different pizzerias, Papa John's just tastes like cardboard and cheese.
Papa John's
Yeah,
is like neutral.
Right.
See, I still
It's
like.
just- it's just
I
the
like
base.
Papa John's. I like their barbecue chicken pizza. That's
I can
You
roll with
can't
Little
judge
Caesars,
pizza on
so I'm
barbecue
kinda
chicken.
Anything.
it's so good.
Are
Dude.
you okay with Little Caesars?
So that-
I like Little.
Little
I like
Caesars.
Little Caesars.
What do
yeah.
you rank
I think
Little Caesars on this?
I think
1 to
Little
10?
Caesars is at the same. Is probably
It's
a
a
little
1.
bit higher than Papa John's to
Little
me.
Caesars, bro.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Because
have
they
you
use
guys-
that-
Little Caesars.
Well, they use that cornmeal crust, right? And that's
Something
what
about
makes
the
it
crust.
good. Yeah.
This feels like The Office, where Kevin is just bitching them out. Over
Have
getting
you
the
ever
wrong,
had
the wrong
their
pizza.
deep
Pizza
dish?
by Alfredo
Yeah.
or Alfredo's pizza?
the deep dish pizza at Little Caesars is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
Really good.
I don't
never,
even.
I
freaks
never
me
go
out,
past
man.
regular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just regular
Hand
old
toss or
cheese or
thin?
something.
Oh yeah.
go.
Yeah, that jalapeno cheese sauce.
All right, and then this is. Do you want to put this on the on the show notes? So we're going to give him his platform. There were some rules for the Airbnb.
Yeah, this has been crawling all over me. I gotta get. Eldon in the article that he wrote for the Middletown News said that I like the podcast because I can get things off my chest. This is one of those moments because the rules for this place. Have you ever stayed in an Airbnb? Either one of you guys? Yeah.
Is that the move for bachelor parties now too? Again,
Yeah.
I'm just taking notes.
It's better.
cheap.
It's better than getting. Yeah, it's like $1,100 for 2 days for the swanky. There were 12 beds in this place.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was huge.
A full kitchen, living room.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was in the
nice.
hood, but it was a nice place.
Yeah.
It was like a transitioning neighborhood.
European.
Yeah, it was okay. So he had these lists of rules, and it's like no smoking anywhere on the property. You want to smoke, you gotta do it in the street, which is like okay, whatever. That's not a bummer to me. It's gonna be a bummer to Nick, if anybody.
Rick. We call him
Oh
Rick.
yeah,
on the
it's
pod.
Rick.
Remember?
Yeah,
It's
crap,
not Nick.
I
It's
forgot.
Rick. Yeah.
Okay.
For his-
So
for
Rick
his
was
safety.
Rick was pretty upset about that, and then
He likes to smoke inside or what?
well, he just
Like
just
you know, just like
garage.
step
90s
out.
Applebee's.
Is it cigs? Is he vaping? What's
Cigarettes.
going on? Okay.
Cigarettes.
He's
yeah.
a Marlboro dude.
So he's a camel man.
Camel.
Yeah, Camel Blues.
Joe.
All right.
New
Come on,
Twitter
dude.
name.
Oh, Rick is a Marlboro
You
guy.
need to know
Get
your
down with
cousin
some
Rick
Camel
better.
Crush.
So the one of the other rules was like there are 2 white couches. No one will be eating or sleeping
Bad idea,
on the
man.
white couches.
That's a trap.
Which and
Airbnb
okay, if
trap.
we're being honest, the couches are tan. They're not white.
Yeah, there were no white couches.
Off-white.
There might have been
Yeah.
a beige couch in there.
Yeah.
And after we were done with it, it's darn near black after Rick slept on it for 2
What
nights.
white couches?
So we start making jokes like, crap, we have to bring a porta-john because we can't go to the bathroom in this house. Like, it was a good time. But those rules really bothered me a lot.
Yeah.
The thermostat couldn't be adjusted past a certain
That'll really
temperature
turn
without.
you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
The
the
first thing I
beginning, yeah.
did was pour beer and set it on the armchair, the white couch, and take a nap.
And set it on fire.
Yeah. So
Gotta watch out for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It turned out the place was nice, and it's probably how you keep a nice place. Dude had a Beamer parked in the driveway that hadn't moved in forever. Took up one of the 2 parking spaces we got.
I feel like this guy was testing you guys. Like
Oh,
he was trying to get that money back. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave this Beamer out here. There's one scratch on it.
couch,
So
see what
help me
happens.
God.
Yeah.
Because
That-
people know.
Yeah, the facial
it's
expression
all
is right.
bachelor parties, Airbnbs. So
Yeah.
you set up the
Oh,
rules. like,
There was a
There was a-
get
there
some
was a
money
bachelorette
back.
in there before us because there were some artifacts left over.
Yeah, like what? Like what?
There
Hair
was some-
ties.
There
There
were
some
penis
straws.
straws.
I might have
Penis
sucked on a
straws.
straw, guy. I
Yeah.
might have sucked on a straw.
That beer you had.
that happened. I'm not
Ben,
gonna lie.
Ben, a picture exists, and it was that guy.
There is a picture of that. Yeah.
Pinkies up. I was down for the weekend,
Sometimes
man.
you have to.
I'm there for a good time, not a long time. So
Jeremiah, are you worried about your future wife's bachelorette party?
It's
Has it
already over.
gone down?
I went. I had the second go.
Okay.
So
Where
her-
was she? Was she in
She
Nashville
was
too?
Broad Ripple. She was
Rod
the weekend
Ripple
before.
bachelorette part. A bunch of
Yeah.
dicks involved. You know how they all have those dicks. You know what I'm saying? Like we
It's
were
like
talking about. They have
flopping
like
from
dick
their
hats,
eyes
dick
and their
shoes.
noses.
No, see,
They might have dicks on.
my sister is her is her maid of honor, and Hannah was very much handcuffed by Sarah. So they had chickens, they had roosters. That was as close as they could get.
Yep. You all don't know
Those little
purse string
roosters.
Potter.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
that was hers. Hers was pretty tame. Oh, we didn't honestly. We were all right.
Tame.
It was fine. It was a good time.
Zoo.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not what I heard.
We did
I heard there were penises everywhere. Big ones, too.
It was like a painting party.
Not just little straw ones.
They just went to wine and candy.
Yeah, wine to canvas. Yeah, they just
dicks.
draw. It looks like super bad where it's Jonah Hill just can't stop drawing them for
Big
anything.
veiny
Yeah.
bastard.
God damn.
I
I'll
love
never
that.
forget those dicks from that movie. Think about it
Scarred
later.
you.
Jesus Christ.
They had to bring in a stunt woman to hold those pictures. If you ever watched the commentary, the DVD commentary, they couldn't let the little girl hold the pictures.
Oh.
They had to bring in stunt hands to hold them for the picture. Oh, Audrey's Johnny on the spot with the picture. She sent it
Yeah,
to
she
the.
just sent it to me.
Already?
She sent it. She's listening in the other room.
Yeah,
Dick
So-
pics? We got some dick
Solid.
pics?
of Chase, yeah.
Solid.
Using the straw at drinking a Yingling lager,
There
of
it
all
is.
things.
Yeah, baby.
That's
that
it.
pink dick.
I got one. I got one
Take
from
a sip.
another angle. Anyway, all right. That's enough about Nashville. Before we cost anybody their career or me an election, that's enough about Nashville.
My
Forgot
bad.
about that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know.
you're a real person.
Yeah, we have day jobs.
So let's talk a little bit about the Espresso podcast. Is this your guys' like full-time job? Is that what you guys do?
Not at all.
We wish.
No.
Yeah, we wish. That's
Yeah.
what we try
It's
to
the goal.
do. You know,
but-
rep it out, try to get as many good episodes out there as we can, make them memorable, and maybe somebody will listen along the way and put us on.
See, we didn't start doing Espresso this year because we started and we just did videos.
Right.
We try to pump out like as many as we can, once a month, once a week, but that's kind of hard, you know. It's a lot.
Oh,
of,
yeah, it's
lot
a
of
lot of work,
production with
man.
that. So we were like, you know what? Let's do some videos, but then let's weekly like pump out. Let's build a following or try to
Mm-hmm.
with this show. So
At the beginning, we were thinking podcasts right away. Like, who would listen to us? You know. Like,
Oh, we have that.
We're
63
two
episodes in,
idiots.
and we still think, oh my God, people are actually listening to this.
Look at this place. Up. You guys have it.
yeah, this is what everybody strives
Legitimate-
for. Like
Hell
your own
yeah.
personalized studio. I mean, this
In
should
the
be on like
crib.
ESPN News. Like,
Yeah.
you're doing, like,
Good.
Audrey's listening in the next
Lunch
room.
hour.
We're never leaving here, Audrey. This is ours forever. this is permanent.
it's crazy. I love it.
Or until Dakota gets
I've
gets
seen
her
one
pregnant.
of your videos. What was it the Mother's Day one?
Done a couple Mother's Day ones.
Yeah, so these guys.
I was impressed.
So we
They-
started with that, and we were like, maybe people will like it, and then from there we can maybe do a little radio stuff, and people might actually care.
Exactly. Right. Get them
Like,
to follow
like,
along
who the hell are
before
these
we.
guys? We
You
might
got
go
some
give it a
introductions.
shot.
So what we do is we bore people with videos at public meetings, and we get our most clicks come when we go to a public
Oh,
meeting and take a
gosh.
video,
Yeah.
and we get 70 or 80 people watching a live stream. You guys put on wigs.
Yeah. Look at him. He's, oh,
That's-
yeah.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
sleeping that way.
You got to put on wigs, man.
I should have came here with that on.
That's not a wig. That's real.
That's our thing.
Man, I'm jealous.
Yeah. But
How old are you now?
27.
27. Yeah, I look at pictures of me when I was 25, 27, 26. I'm like, oh, I had hair. Now it's all it's
Going,
it's,
man.
it's going
Going.
quick.
You gotta
It's-
take care. What do you do?
I
You
go
just
to
nothing?
Clay the barber like 3 times a month. That's
You don't
it.
use
There's another
Rogaine?
barber's name's Clay.
He's a co-host, man.
Carl, Clay.
Clay's one of our guys.
You
Oh,
don't use
MVP?
Rogaine? Sarah doesn't make you use Rogaine?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I'm hanging on for now.
I figured
It's-
it would be like
It's thinning here, but up on top, it's this might be the year I sunburn.
I figured it would be like the Hangover where the guy's wife, I can tell whenever you don't use it.
Your hair just looks thinner.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know what I'm talking about.
It's-
Using of the Rogaine. Check. Yes.
Someday, we'll see. My grandfather lost his hair when he was 22, so I'm 34. I'm doing all right. I'm hanging. I know.
Is that a fact though? Your mom's dad?
See, my mom's dad had his hair till he was dead. My dad's dad, before he was even married.
I thought the
like-
rule was your mom's dad. Everything
Yeah,
goes by
see.
that.
I
Yeah.
thought so too because my dad it started going bald when he was my age. And
He's doing pretty well.
Chase, you
Yeah.
know who your dad is, right?
no.
Not my real one. Well, actually, my real dad's Axl Rose. At least that's what my mom's been telling me.
Yeah. We believe you, buddy. We believe you. Live up to your dreams, Chase.
Oh.
Keep chasing them.
So you guys just
Welcome to the jungle.
you guys just dropped shot. You don't call them episodes. You call them shots.
Shot.
Well,
Shot
that's-
21.
That's kind of where we played into it. We were making this whole thing. We were going with, okay, we're two Italian guys. How we make our own little brand here.
I may
So
have to change my name to Morelli by the end of the weekend because we hung out last weekend. We were with Milarini all weekend.
Nice.
Alan Milarini, and now I can't even
Polizzi.
say Ben.
Polizzi, Mulinaro, they're
Polizzi
all
and
here.
Mulinaro, yeah.
I like that.
I'm gonna be Morelli.
Morelli.
Yeah.
That fits in
I
well.
got cousin Angie, Donnie, and Jimmy. I mean, there's
You got the
an
whole
Italian
crew.
side. Yeah, I'm
for
not
sure.
a part of it, but they exist.
They do.
They're all
exist.
coming for the wedding too.
Yeah,
Perfect.
At least two of
See
the
him
three.
there.
We're going to be talking to Donnie on the Ball Song of Liberty here in a few weeks, too.
He hasn't confirmed yet.
Well,
That's my plan.
No, I'm already saying he is.
You're putting
I'm
him in?
confirming for
You
him.
said it publicly, so now Donnie
Yeah.
has to do the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Donnie's a hero.
I learned-
Donnie's like the guy he's a paramedic that flies in a helicopter down to Florida. So when you crash your helicopter and have to be scraped off the side of the road, that's Donnie. Donnie with a shovel,
Nice.
putting the pieces back together.
On this episode of Ball Song of Liberty, we have Donnie with a shovel. So it's going to be like another episode of American hero Scott Fleener. It's going to be another
Very
one of
similar,
those.
yeah.
Okay. All right, I got you. I got you.
So anyway, see, this is shot 21 you guys just did. I
Yeah.
listened to about the first half of it as I got home, and I was
Couldn't
trying
take it
to get
anymore?
some stuff. No,
That's
you guys,
it!
You guys are like, we're early. I'm like, oh, well, I got to quit cleaning the pool and listen to the podcast. I got to
I
got a
listen
pool,
to it.
nice.
Just putting
Yeah.
that out there.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. You don't have a pool?
Big fan.
We listened to it on the way down to Nashville.
We did listen.
cool.
We
Yeah.
listened to a part.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
we were
okay.
we were pre-gaming. But your first guest this week, you guys got a ridiculously good guest. You had the kid. Forgive me about his name, but he's Ron Colley.
Nick
drafted.
Schnell, yeah.
Nick was drafted in the first round by the Rays. on
32nd,
Tuesday,
yeah.
Monday or Tuesday.
Big get.
And I heard.
18-year-old.
Hey, look, trust me. I know
Make like-
I know podcast booking. That is a big get.
Yeah.
We've only had one guy drafted in the MLB, and he wasn't in the first round. Ben Smith, Newcastle legend.
False.
No,
Trey Ball.
Got drafted to the
Number
Boston Red
7 in
Sox.
the
No,
Red
no.
Sox.
Trey's not been on the show.
Okay.
But Ben
Oh.
Smith's
My
been
bad,
on the
my
show.
bad. Okay.
All
I
right.
remember Trey.
Objection overruled.
Yeah.
That's a Britt Cassidy reference. Everybody's not paying attention.
I'm pretty sure that's
That's
just a
from,
court of law
Entourage.
reference.
No, Britt used to show horses in Henry County. That was her horse's name. That's how crazy I am. Anyway, no. So the kid was drafted
Uh-huh.
by the Rays.
Yep.
So Sarah gives me hell about how many T-shirts I got. Perfect example. I first of all, I'm down 55 pounds, so I fit back in the stuff I wore in 2010.
Nice.
It's good.
Congrats.
But this is a practically brand new 8 or 10-year-old Rays jersey, Rays shirt back when Joe Madden was there and they were challenging the Yankees all the time.
Hey, Joe Madden.
That's it.
My
Hey,
guy.
I know.
Glasses, Cubbies.
I know. So that was the
Oh,
thing.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure that out. Who the hell
That's-
do you look like?
Where the hell are your glasses at, Dakota? It's the first
They're actually in the truck, man.
First
Oh,
show you haven't had your glasses on in 6 months. Are you
well,
healed?
You know. Yeah. It was all that prayer we did in Nashville.
That was it. No, so buddy of mine, his son is a junior for Pendleton, and they made the sectional, and he's like, yeah, there was the Cubs were there, and not Theo,
Theo.
Theo,
Yeah.
God help me, Theo,
Theo.
the legend who saved the Red Sox and the Cubs, he was at the game, and like that's cool. He's looking at some kid, and then the next thing I know, Monday he's drafted, and Tuesday he's on your show, and then you're here.
Yeah.
So like it's fate. I got to wear my Rays
Chain
shirt.
reaction.
Yeah, no, it worked out
That's
well.
it.
He's
Show
a
me
good
the
kid,
action.
You know, really, really excited about it. But because sometimes you know how it is, you can get guests that are high schoolers or younger kids. They kind of shy up in front of the mic or in front of the
Yeah,
camera.
they turn
or
into
anything.
Russell Wilson. They turn into quarterbacks.
Yeah,
post-game,
they got to
you know?
be, you know,
They got nothing to
like
say.
they're running for office.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Oh,
got to
no.
keep it real,
We
real
encourage
safe.
drinking on this show, so we get politicians to drink
Just
and
gotta
loosen
trust
up.
the process.
But right, but Nick was awesome. He wasn't like that at all. He was ready to roll.
Yeah. he's
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
Really
he
cool.
told you he wants to sign with Adidas.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't want MJ's.
I was
And you-
really
you
surprised
sounded
about
hurt.
that. We all were, just because when you have those kind of options, Adidas, at least for us, it's kind of.
Adidas is back on the rise, man. They're back on the rise. They've been releasing these skateboarding shoes. that are
See,
for-
they have their niche.
Yeah.
You
You know
know.
what it is, though? They signed a couple Nike guys that didn't want to be with Nike anymore. So they're changing
Ooh.
into just some
There we go.
designers that
Leon.
no one knows, but they make all the heat.
I'm so old that like Puma was the thing. Like that Puma was nothing,
They're
and then
coming back.
Puma jumped up,
Ben
and
says
then they
Puma's
I
was
coming
remember. Do you guys remember Fuba shoes?
Yeah.
Fubu?
Yeah, I was gonna say Fubu.
Yeah.
F-U-B-U?
No,
Yeah,
Puma is
FUBA.
available at the Aldi
Yeah.
in Newcastle.
F-U-B-A?
No, it's Fubu. Yeah, you're
FIBA?
right. You're
For
right.
us, by us.
Yeah.
I had a Fubu sweatsuit when I was 8 years old.
No
My
way.
parents
Yeah. I
couldn't
used
wear
to
it.
have one too.
You gotta capture
Yeah, for real.
that soundbite right there. That's street cred.
No, I had the sweatsuit, and then I had like the pure white sneakers that had that had the chrome shield on them.
Homie, dude.
Yeah,
Down here in
Yeah.
We have
Newcastle.
pictures of that.
that's right, man. Yeah.
Things are going well. Joseph Molinaro just followed the show.
That's my father.
There you go.
Hey,
Hey,
welcome
Dad.
to the show, Big Joe.
Man. Dad watching. We're doing all right.
God, I got my stuff on here.
Yeah. No,
Doing
you're
all
man.
right.
Cool.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's what's going on. So
I really liked your description that you guys have, which is what's hot right now, some sports, and Panera salads. Like,
It's basically it.
I mean, Panera salads are really good.
we
I
probably
know.
substitute
Strawberry
that with
poppy seeds back.
summertime.
Go get it, man.
We probably could substitute that line with Pop Tarts now. So
Yeah.
we try to,
You guys, that's the other cool thing you're doing is you're doing these quizzes. You ask people to rank their Pop-Tarts.
Mm-hmm.
And then
It's
you've
an
got,
important. I mean,
and
That
then you
should
got
just be
these
the question.
quizzes. You
Right,
got
that's
Ben.
good.
You got these you got the questions from this week.
Like
You got them handy.
We do true false.
Yeah.
I could probably remember them. Maybe.
Yeah.
Let me look
See what you come up with. This will be fun. It'll be a little
Yeah.
cross
Yeah,
promotion.
let's do it.
We'll
Let's
get
do it.
Chase and Dakota's
okay.
answers.
Yeah, I'll start off with you guys.
You ask about rappers, and I can't. That's not
That's
my
all right.
thing.
We'll leave that one out. We had a few different ones.
It's all right.
Okay, true or false? Chick-fil-A sauce is better than Polynesian sauce.
True.
Absolutely true.
True.
Absolutely true.
For sure.
Not even a.
No,
You don't even wanna-
I'm not even thinking
True.
about that.
Is the Polynesian McDonald's?
No, they're
No,
both
they're
Chick-fil-A.
both from
Oh,
Chick-fil-A.
they got both.
There's
All
like
right.
Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
sauce.
The
and
Chick-fil-A
then
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
little
Yeah, so
tangy
Chick-fil-A,
Polynesian.
Chick-fil-A sauce all the way.
There's
Oh,
only two
yeah.
things I do at Chick-fil-A, and that's the salad or the wrap, and I'm always getting the salsa, the salsa
Their
dressing.
salads are good.
You know
Yeah.
what's surprising
don't
to me
even
is
mess
how
with
many
the sauce?
people.
No, I don't do the sauce. Yeah, no
There
sauce.
are so many people that don't even know that the Chick-fil-A sauce exists.
Yeah, it does seem Polynesian. That really,
It
that's
just depends on
that's
what
a
you
top
get. If
dog.
you're getting the nugs, man, you're a sauce guy. If you don't get the nugs,
Yeah, I do
you
the
don't know
wrap or I
anything
get
about
the salad.
sauce.
I get the
I'm
nugs.
ketchup only there.
Mm-mm.
I do Chick-fil-A sandwich with Polynesian sauce.
Oh,
Really?
That's a birthday dinner.
kinda
That would be interesting.
It's
But
a
your
treat.
birthday's on a Sunday, man.
No, I'm all about that.
Then you're just out of luck.
Whenever at work
The Lord
we
says
have
you'll starve.
Chick-fil-A cater sometimes, and they bring giant tubs of the Chick-fil-A
Yes.
sauce, which, man, and they serve the wraps that you're talking about,
Yeah,
and you just spoon a bunch of that stuff off, and you can just dip it
we
the
go to
whole
the
time.
we go to the Muncie Chick-fil-A
So
all the
good.
time at the office, and I'll get mine and I'll add bacon to it.
Nice.
That's my move. Free
yeah.
bacon, by the way. That's the secret of life. Free bacon.
Free
They do
bacon?
that at
They don't
Chick-fil-A?
charge. Yeah, add bacon. They don't charge you for it.
Yep.
But they did forget to
That's what
include
God
the
would
rest
want.
of the
That's
meat
why
for
they
me.
do
So
that.
it was just the wrap with bacon. There was no meat in it. I was like, oh my god, that's the worst thing ever. It was a
See,
crisis.
what you got to do sometimes is you get the 12-pack of nuggets. You got to do Polynesian, Chick-fil-A, ranch, barbecue, and have them all laid out in a line, and then just one by one.
You can only
know
do
what
that
I
in
mean?
privacy, though. Can't do that there.
Yeah, you can't do
You
that.
gotta share the
Sauce
love.
buffet.
Yeah, the sauce buffet. Exactly.
All right, what's question number 2?
McDonald's ice cream is the best ice cream. True or false?
False.
I'm gonna go with false.
That's a hard pass.
I'm gonna say
No.
Wow.
I'm gonna
let's
say
go.
Weenie
Two-
World on that one.
I'd rather have a Wendy's Frosty than a McDonald's.
Eh.
ice
A
cream
McDonald's Sundae.
chocolate.
Yeah.
vanilla.
Give me
The
some.
McDonald's
chocolate. You
for
gotta
the
go
price. McDonald's is the
classic.
best. I'll give you this.
Good, man.
For the price,
good.
McDonald's is the
Only
best.
only chocolate dip cones.
Yeah, I want
That
a
might,
hand
that's a
dip.
game changer.
Did
Too
they
messy.
start that?
Give me
Or
like
was
a
that
hand,
Dairy Queen?
a
That
hand
was
dip,
Dairy Queen.
I want a
With
hand
the
dip.
dilly
some-
bars.
Yeah.
Dilly
bar.
dilly.
Nice.
But I haven't. Once again, it's another thing I don't eat anymore. I have a sad life.
But when you have
Chicken-
ice cream, where are you
Yeah.
going? Where are you going for ice
I'm
cream?
gonna go get a hand dip. I'm gonna go probably to Weenie World here in town.
You like
Weenie
hand dip
local
ice cream
stuff.
with
Yeah.
soft serve?
Oh yeah, for
Weenie
sure.
World.
Oh,
Sounds
I
like a
second that.
bachelorette
Yeah, like
party.
mint chocolate
better.
chip. Yeah.
No way. Gross.
All right, next one. Next one.
I got this is topical. It's about to be coming up here soon. 4th of July is a top 2 holiday. True or false?
I've been
No.
thinking about this one. Okay. And originally I was like, no, because you got Thanksgiving and Christmas. But when
Yeah.
you grow up, you realize Christmas sucks.
Whoa!
Christmas is
Dang.
an invoice. Is that right?
Too much family
Which
time.
one's his mic?
You gotta buy stuff for
Shut
stuff
up.
for everybody.
Is he 2? Is
Okay.
he 4 or 5? Which
So
one are
I'm
we turning
going
off?
Thanksgiving.
I know.
4th of July 2.
Oh, there we go. We shut off Chase's mic.
4th of July is always a good party. It's always a
As
good
you
time.
get about this time in your life, 4th of July is pretty
Thanksgiving won though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving one for sure. You got
But-
football, food, and family.
Yeah.
Not too much family. Close family, football, food.
You
Christmas
gotta
is a lot of family.
you
don't
gotta
want.
give an assist to Christmas on Thanksgiving being up there though, because part of the excitement for Thanksgiving is
Is
that
the
Christmas season
anticipation.
is coming
Yeah.
up. You still have all that to look
Oh,
forward
yeah.
to.
You're
I know
absolutely
Christmas
right
expert here.
I don't
Boss
hate
hog.
Christmas. I'm just saying Christmas is a little overrated.
Christmas scientist.
there. You just said that Christmas sucks, man.
Okay, all right.
Like,
It
pretty
does
harsh
suck.
on
It does
Christmas.
suck.
No, it doesn't.
Nah, Christmas is still
Hey,
He
awesome.
how about-
thinks
hey.
everything sucks, and he doesn't think Christmas.
I
does,
like
so.
the Christmas
True.
season. I just don't like that day.
Hey,
Because that day is
Christmas-
too busy.
I go with this theory. Christmas Eve is better than Christmas.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'll
with
go with that.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
I go with that.
100%.
Yeah.
Tens across the board.
All right, Dakota, what you got?
I think that I've always kind of joked that January 1st is my favorite holiday.
It's your birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's my birthday.
So New
Oh, you're a
Year's
New
Year's
Eve is,
baby.
is your jam.
Yeah, New Year's Day. Yeah. My
Wow.
parents got married on New Year's Eve, and I was born on New Year's Day. Yep. A year later.
That's. I mean,
It was
that's
an emergency.
so you got like the trifecta every year: anniversary, birthday, New Year's, all.
Christmas
Oh
is
yeah.
all within a
And
week.
then my wife's birthday is January 3rd. So yeah, it's a
My
busy
fiance's
time.
January
It is a
10th,
super
so.
busy time of the year.
I'm about ready to give up my birthday for the rest of my life. We're getting married on July 7th, and the birthday's July 9th, so I'll never see another birthday.
Yeah.
Let's get
Yeah.
that.
It's all being overridden. So my answer to this is
Whose
It's
fault
probably
is that,
third.
Jer?
I guess it's mine. I popped the question, and that's the way the timing worked out. We lead a very busy life. July 7th was the only day we could possibly get married this summer. It was crazy.
The
July
only
8th.
day.
It was it. That was the only one.
There's the
You have
8th,
no
there's
idea.
The 9th.
He makes a point to go to everything.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
what you got to do when you're running for office,
That's
man.
it, man. I'm at everything.
Yep.
It's
Show the
unreal.
face.
People
So,
are like, "Hey Jeremiah, will you go to this?" His answer is never no.
Well, I'm not busy that day.
I will say that.
Sure.
How many baby foreheads have you kissed?
None. I don't even know if
You're
I
not
held a
gonna
baby
win.
this year. I know. I got time. There's lots of parades.
Chase, are you gonna have a baby so that he can kiss the forehead?
That's
Oh,
for
you
you,
better
Jared.
hurry.
Yeah.
You better hurry.
Let me squeeze one out real quick.
All right. Yeah, I think 4th of July is probably third for me.
Top two.
Thanksgiving's number one for sure. Family time and cousin Rick on the mashed potatoes and corn.
Mhm.
That's a good time.
What are you
And,
going with on the dessert table?
uh,
First pick.
Oh, if I'm doing a dessert,
Pecan pie.
we're going chocolate pecan pie.
Or
if I'm
or,
picking.
or sugar cream pie.
Yeah, my number 2 would be a key lime pie.
Big pie.
Yeah,
Okay.
I go big. The obviously you don't get over three bills by
I
accident.
just meant like not even like
Yeah.
brownies or cookies.
No,
or
no, no.
Oh, no.
fudge.
We're going
Mm-mm.
pie.
Thanksgiving is a big pie day.
The other
Yeah.
the other big holiday for me, and Dakota's gonna know this one, Memorial Day,
Yeah.
Indy 500.
Well,
weekend, man.
that's
that's it works. It's a cool holiday. It's a good family holiday. Obviously, you're remembering something too, but then the greatest spectacle in the
Maybe.
history of the world is that weekend.
Remembering something maybe.
I remember most of it.
Yeah. So
A
those
little
that's
bit.
my
Walking
that's
to
my
the car.
hierarchy.
I remember walking to the car. Made it home.
there you go.
I'm gonna
Jeremiah,
say
have you
Katie
been
drove.
going- Have you been going every year for
Uh,
the
I've-
500?
Yeah, I've been. I've not missed since 08. I went in 03, 06, and every year since 08. I won't miss again, unless I can't walk. Or
That's
somebody,
cool.
Or somebody somewhere.
I
else.
like that part of
won't-
the
Whenever
500.
whenever you're old and can't walk, Chase and I will still be able to
gonna take
carry
me?
you.
You
so,
gonna take me?
Yeah,
You
we'll be
gonna roll
young
me?
enough
We'll
still.
get you a golf cart or a scooter.
Yeah, scooter with a
The
big
yellow
old.
shirts are good, man. I went to a practice day or qualifying day one time with a dude. He was on crutches. He had a football injury. It's the greatest thing he ever did. Dudes with the yellow shirt and the golf cart see you on crutches, and they'll drive you anywhere you want to go. You're just golden.
Nice.
Just bring crutches.
It's like going with Big Joe Stasniak or something to the track. You're big time.
Supreme service.
You're set.
He does go wherever he wants.
I
I was
know.
following him around on race day.
Somewhere there's a video of my dad in the old RCA dome running across Big Joe in a suite, like a suite level.
Yeah.
And Dad's like, "Oh, you got to say hey something to my son or whatever." And Joe's like, Dad's recording it, and because I used to listen to Dave the King Wilson back in the day, mid '90s or whatever. 1070 was like I grew up on a farm with no cable, no nothing. So I used to listen to Dave and Joe and Matt Hiblin all the time. And so Dad knows I like Big Joe. Joe's like, "Oh yeah, sure. Hey Jeremiah, how you doing at home or whatever?" And he's like, "How old is he?" And he's like, 24. And then all of a sudden it turned into a joke. So somewhere in a
That
toilet at my
is
parents' house.
that is so good.
No, it was rough.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit Indy 500. We got this
You
down
doing this
on.
again?
No, we're not going to talk about the Indy 500. We're going to talk about
Oh, we're going
IndyCar.
to talk about Detroit.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Is it
Totally.
really?
Yeah.
So do you
What's
follow
the
all
difference?
IndyCar?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know if it was just.
Well, I,
Once again, it's the thing.
IMS.
So Dave Wilson in your station over there,
Yep.
back in the day, he used to have John Andretti on all the time.
Yep.
So I followed John
Hopefully,
and
John's
those
doing
guys.
okay.
Yeah.
Prayers up to John.
Check it for Andretti. So I followed it, and right around the time John switched back from NASCAR to IndyCar, that's when I followed over. That's kind of where that was my hook. So
There
I
you
had
go.
a guy. So yeah, I followed the whole series, and we were driving back. They had the doubleheader in Detroit over the weekend, and once again it was my weekend. So I was like, Dakota, you're gonna drive. We had Chase drive on the way down half the way. I got us out of Nashville, and it was about 3:30. The Indy cars were gonna fire up in Detroit, so we're in the Louisville metro area, and I've got YouTube TV. So I'm like, Dakota, you're gonna drive. We're gonna stream the video on the dashboard of the Tahoe. So I got my little 3-inch phone, pick up ABC,
YouTube
It
TV.
works,
is the real
YouTube
deal.
TV, and they had a charity telethon on ABC in Louisville, and I couldn't watch the race. So we had to watch it, or we had to listen on TuneIn. We had to listen to the IndyCar
It
app.
was a great time.
Nothing like that IndyCar radio.
So yeah,
Yep.
it was all right. So, but we're listening, and all of a sudden it's like the pace cars crash. I'm like, well, this changes everything.
What do you do after that? What happened?
They were delayed for like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were 40 minutes late. The guy driving the cars got an FIA license. Like he's a legit driver. He's an executive for Chevy, and he does this every year for the race. But he's in a $130,000 Corvette.
Yeah.
Coming out of turn 2 at Detroit, and
It looked like he was crawling at like 35 or 40 miles an hour, and then whenever I think they had somebody interviewing at the time, and he's like, I think he was going like 68 miles an hour, and I was like, what? He was going 68 miles an hour, and he just smoked the freaking wall head on.
What was his explanation?
And they just walked up. I guess like there's some really
got a text,
weird.
Chevy. Yeah.
He got a text, yeah.
Chevy released some statement blaming the weather and everything else. It was just he's got a lot of horsepower. And
I think-
the car shifted and he lost it.
Will Power, who won the Indy 500, and he said that there's like a bump right there, and
There's
there's
a crown
like
in the road.
yeah, there's some kind of a force from the air around the vehicle always wants to push it in that direction, and the drivers just
Boy,
know
got
that it's going to be
pushed.
there. And I guess he just wasn't thinking about it and didn't anticipate the little push, the little nudge by the air. And,
Shove.
yep.
All I could think about was how glad I was that didn't happen to Victor Oladipo.
Yeah, me too.
For the 500.
Victor had an easier track to drive.
That's true.
All he had to, I mean, he's doing 120 or 130, but he wasn't. You know that track is made for that.
Right.
You could probably do 130, no problem. You could drive that car.
I don't know.
Dri-
man.
driving
Never.
the, driving
Ah,
the, driving the vet at Detroit.
shaking like I'm just crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No
Fall
way.
asleep.
So,
We
but
were laughing pretty hard though in the car.
the
We were laughing.
airbags went off. I mean, he smoked it.
He did. He hit it hard.
It was a good Chevy commercial. Though. It showed that the car is actually safe. He didn't. Those guys got out and looked at it and went, "Oh my god."
You can't
So-
drive it, but you won't die when you crash.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that Zachary Bertram, who came on whenever we did the Indy 500 episode, said that it was like they got like $3.5 million in publicity from that.
See, that's where
Yeah.
you get into the whole Michael Jackson conspiracy. Like, did they do it on purpose?
Yeah.
Geniuses.
There's no such thing as bad press, right?
Yeah.
Hasn't been for this show.
Yeah.
Oh man, so that was cool. So the doubleheader in Detroit, Ryan Hunter-Reay won that one. He got in the fountain in there, took a little dip. So now they're gonna run at Texas.
Is
on
Andretti ever
Saturday
going to
night.
win a race again?
Nah.
I don't
Marco?
know, man.
Nah.
He's coasting on family name, man. He's good at Indy. He might win Indy, but otherwise, I don't know. He's getting outshined by the.
Do you think he feels okay? Like, does he feel like, man, I'm only in this because of my name, or is he just like, yeah, I'm Marco
He's-
Andretti? What about it?
Dude's competent. I mean, he only won the pole Saturday, right? I mean, he's
Yeah.
good, but he's like Danica was. I mean, he's not top 5, but he's top 10, top
Her
15.
post-crash press conference was
She
weird.
said.
Did
What'd
you go?
she say?
Well, I was just happened to be in the media center at that
Yeah.
time, like switching out cameras, and Danica, it was just weird. She was like, I don't really want to be here, but what are
She
you
is-
gonna ask? And then when she was leaving, when she was done, she was like, okay, well, I'll miss you guys, some of you. And like nobody laughed, and she.
So that was her last race ever.
Yeah.
That one. She ended like that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so weird.
So you're
She's
saying
a
she
really-
crashed on purpose.
Just
I
to
don't
get
know.
done. Just
It's
get it
it's
done
a
and
$2
over
million
with.
Indy
No,
car.
I think
don't
that
know.
just like with the media, she just, I don't know.
She's
got
a really weird
off
person,
brand,
man.
Yeah. Her and Aaron Rodgers kind of mix well because he's kind of,
I agree.
prick.
I wish he was in the car when they wrecked.
Wearing his Bears
Awesome.
shirt.
Bears shirt, nice. Yeah, but
Satan.
Satan.
Oh man. So
yeah.
other little NFL stories we wanted to cover, or other stories we had. We had Chuck Pagano. He finally came out of the
Closet.
Are you okay, Dakota? We have to check on Dakota because he played high school football but doesn't know about any of this stuff. So
I mean,
are you okay?
Okay, so
You gonna make
we
it?
say that I don't know anything, but I can keep a conversation about football and hockey.
All
And that's about it.
You can
Yeah.
office talk it.
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Game
water.
where they went on third down.
The basics.
Yeah, one of those. I'm one of those guys.
Okay.
But whenever it comes to IndyCar, NBA, I can't stand basketball. Just like
Why?
I can't even stand to play it.
You
Like
gotta appreciate it.
I was gonna say you're
no,
Hoosier,
I
man.
don't
Who
appreciate
cares?
it
Why
at
not?
all, man. I just have never
didn't go
been
he went to
interested
try.
into it. Yeah.
Okay. I just
Different.
thought like from this area, everybody
Yeah.
just like came out with a Steve
True.
Alford,
Yeah.
you know, hair wig on or something like that. Like Steve Alford
Just
blanket
us.
wrapped around
Just
him.
a wig, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, see the basketball. The Steve Alford wore the short shorts.
Right, the
I'm a
short
Capri's guy.
There you go. I hear you, man.
We went full circle with that. I'm pretty
NBA
proud.
NBA can be draining sometimes, you know.
So yeah, our boy Chuck, he had like a TV and everything. He's on Fox Sports 1 or something.
Yeah.
And he said, but he was asked about Andrew, and he's like, yeah, that guy bought me some extra years. I've never heard a dude more honest about their career.
That's why the people like him.
You'd be pretty self-aware. Yeah.
That
Plus,
and
he got
they can't eat
cancer
you.
at one time.
Well, that got him
Then
some
they
time
started
too. Yeah,
winning.
Right.
And
Bruce Arians. Yeah, it was a perfect storm. How can you fire a guy that's 8-8
Yeah.
forever?
So
He never had a losing season.
his actual quote was, "I love Andrew Luck. He got me more years than I probably deserved. He's a phenom." I've never
or
heard
phenom.
phenom. I'm thinking
Could
like
have been hip.
I'm thinking of like
Millennial talk.
I'm thinking of like phenomenal.
Sorority girl would
You
say
know?
that. That's phenom.
Yeah. I'm thinking of
Pizza?
like
that
I'm-
obese pizza. Phenom.
yeah, obese pizza. Yes.
that's so good.
But I'm thinking of like phenomenal. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that before in describing a person.
Phenom. He's a phenom.
Dakota,
You ever
he's a
heard that?
phenom on the podcast. Oh my God, a savant.
Yeah.
So
see,
you're
I've-
mixing that, yeah.
Yeah.
So you would say savant and then a phenom.
Yeah. We've established I'm horrible at pronouncing words.
Sometimes he gets his words mixed, and we don't know how many syllables there are.
See, it's
Correct.
funny though, because me and Ben, we have to cut a lot of highlights and do overnight. Especially Ben, but we do overnight updates. Now I can't speak. Jeez. Overnight updates on the fan on IBC and everything. So a lot of times we have to cut press conferences of Chuck Pagano's. So we kind of just have it ingrained into our
Oh,
heads.
yeah, I know his whole thought.
the
pattern.
go-tos, what's coming next. He's just he's a real good guy.
Every other word is
you
you
know.
You only say you know when you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How well do you know Frank? You starting to know Frank stuff yet, or
I
is it gonna
haven't-
take a minute?
Not really. I'm getting more Chris Ballard. I'm picking up more on his things. You know, he says, look. He says, look a lot before he makes a point. And then he goes into it. But I tell you what, every time Chris Ballard, the GM of the Colts, every time that he speaks, you're just like, yeah.
You're
let's
inspired.
You do listen.
Like,
No matter what he's
I was
saying,
at the
you're
press
like,
conference when he said, the rivalry's back on about the Colts and the Patriots. And I was
This
like,
is walk-off line.
I didn't really like that, man. I don't know.
but
So Jeremiah informed me that this has been a really slow news season for off-season NFL.
Well, we're getting into it. Yeah, right
Yeah.
now is the time where nobody. There's not shit going on for the next till about mid-July.
school's out.
It's all done.
Everybody's
I
on
want to know if
vacation.
you guys
Yeah.
are taking bets on who's getting arrested first.
The over/under is all. I mean, you could put a number on that for the guys who will be kind of away on vacation. And I think there was a couple years ago. It was like 110, like 110 NFL players were in trouble with the law at one
Nice.
point in like mid to
Atta
late
baby.
June. It's because you go away, you don't got practice or anything. Idle
Yeah.
Minds, a devil's workshop.
And
Do
you're
you?
a multi-millionaire. I mean,
Money to blow.
You're at home.
why not go into a club with penis freaking water guns? You know?
Sure.
They all did.
That was
Yeah.
what Dax Prescott did this week.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything illegal.
Wait,
Yeah.
He's got the
for
penis
real?
gun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
You didn't know
happened.
that?
I thought we were still making fun of Chase about the penis straw.
Chase is like, I like that move. Yeah.
Wait, what did he do? I
Listen,
thought we were making fun of him too.
I'd
No.
party with that guy.
No.
No,
He really had a
lie.
penis gun?
Yeah, Dak had that. Yeah, I stuck it in the show notes. Thank you all for looking. Yeah, it was a TMZ story a couple days ago.
I don't think it's in the show
Oh,
notes.
you said
maybe
in the messenger.
Maybe I
saw
sent
that.
it to Dakota.
It's the
Yeah,
only
you
thing
just
I would have
sent it to
read
me.
in the show notes. Penis
I-
gun.
I didn't know these guys that well, and I was like, am I gonna put something about penis water guns in the show notes?
That's all we've been talking about.
So now we're here. Yeah, here we
Yeah.
are.
Hi, Mom, at home. And
Yeah, they got some trouble
Future
down there in
mother-in-law.
Dallas. But you know what? Jerry Jones just kind of encourages it. Their owner. He just, as long as
Hey,
you can
look,
play some football.
Jerry,
Good.
all Jerry cares about is that y'all try to win, and he has somebody to clean his glasses for him when it's time.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean,
That's
you
how
guys-
rich he is. He makes his son-in-law stand there and clean his glasses, Dakota, in the suite.
Nice.
Just take them off. And that's kind of like I did on the way to Tennessee. Hey,
I
can you
wish-
clean these for me?
Wish that's all I had to do with my life. Be a son-in-law that cleaned glasses. Like, that sounds pretty
down with
sweet.
that?
It's a good gig.
Yeah. It's good work if you can get it. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. All right. A couple more little things we got here before we run out of time, and we get into our final thoughts. Warriors Cavs is almost over. The NBA. We're going to talk NBA, Dakota.
I think
You can
it
put your
is
mic on.
over.
Well,
I think
it's
I think
3-0.
over.
So I wanted to make that point that I was talking about. I know nothing about the NBA. So like we have this whole section on the NFL, have this whole section on the Detroit Grand Prix,
You have
and
no
then
notes at all. You just have.
I even tried to
Sorry,
read
it's
a
not
little
the
bit.
show for you.
Yeah,
with us here. I'm
I
sorry.
tried to read about it, and I was like,
You want to?
I can't stand
If you want
it.
to talk about
Like,
supply side
Why-
economics, though, we got Dakota here for you
Well,
guys.
why don't you like it though? Like I get you.
I don't know. It's just so irritating to me. It could be because of like the geographical location and how everybody's always been obsessed with it, and it just got annoying at a really young age. I don't know. That could be it, but I really can't stand basketball.
I watch like 3 Pacer games a year, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a big time Pacer fan either. Right? NFL,
You
I'm
go
all,
to
I'm all,
them or you watch them?
I'll
on TV?
watch. I go to I entertain at Colts games for my job, so I go 4 or 5 times a year to Colts games.
Yeah.
We're season ticket holders. We tailgate, do the whole thing. Pacer games, I've been, I started going in the late 90s. Right as soon as they opened Bankers Life, we had some season tickets for work, and I would go a couple times a year. I don't do that anymore even now. But it not really even post-brawl. It's more the players that play GM and they assemble. As soon as the Heat started doing their thing, where all of a sudden it doesn't give it, what you care about as a fan doesn't matter. What your GM cares about doesn't matter. You don't have a Donnie Walsh building a team anymore like they did in the 90s for the Pacers. That's gone, and now it's LeBron's going to leave, and wherever he goes, that's the team that's going to be in the championship next, right? If he comes to Indiana, they're going to do it. If he goes to Boston, it's going to be there. If he goes to Miami, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
You just know the dude's made the finals 8 years in a row, and wherever he goes, that's the team it's going to be.
Yeah.
If he goes to the Bulls, it's going to be Chicago.
Good point.
So to me, I like Chuck Ballard, or Chuck Ballard.
Chris Ballard.
Chris Ballard,
Mhm.
Chuck, combining my coaches and GMs, or back in the day, Polian. When he ran Indy, he ran the Colts. It was his team, and that was your guy. You followed him. You understood. You paid attention. Now you make a move or two, but it's not going to matter. It's like you're fighting with a wooden sword against against the lightsaber.
It's kind of like Solo, right? Like
Yeah.
you said, I mean, LeBron, you know what the end of the story is going to be. He's not going to die. You know LeBron's going to be in the finals, so.
So that's taking the sail out for me, and it's like this is the 4th year in a row you've had Warriors Cavs, right? So you knew it's 2 out of 3 times so far the Warriors have won, and you knew they were going to smoke the Cavs.
Yeah.
It's whether or not they're going to win a game.
It's not very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
So that's been my thing.
I start watching around postseason.
Yeah.
Playoffs start, I'll start watching.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
a
I-
little bit before.
I
that.
watched the Pacers I probably watched. They went 7 with Cleveland. I probably watched 5 of those. And that's a cool team. It was a scrappy team. They put together a good. They were very entertaining and way outperformed what you expected.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew that when they got to Cleveland, and it was, are they going to get Philly or are they going to get Cleveland? They get Philly or Cleveland, and then they went up with Cleveland. You're like, well, shit, year's over. It's done.
Yeah.
It was close, though.
They came
Right.
close, and they ended a great season by Boston. They ended a great season by the Pacers, and then they're going to get smoked in the finals. Like, well, the whole season.
I think they get this next one.
I do too. I think it's going to go at least
He's
5.
LeBron's not gonna get swept.
Or he could just make it a point and say, "Sweat, thanks for nothing.
It's over.
See ya."
That's the best part of the NBA. The off season, all
Right,
the transaction.
yes.
Where's LeBron gonna go? That's better than the finals.
More interest there.
Everybody's more excited for that than the actual championship, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah, I mean, the old Depot trade was cool. Like, what happened in Indy last year, that turned out better than anybody expected. And there was some buzz and excitement about that. But, yeah, it just feels like it's done to me.
Which one of you wears the Jordan hat? Is that you?
It's
I
Joey.
know I should have brought it today.
I was hoping you would. But are you an actual Jordan guy, or are you just like the Jordan brand? Like,
What do you mean?
Oh, we're
like a
sponsored
Jordan?
by Jordan.
are you LeBron or Jordan? Which one's
I
your
don't think
guy?
Ben
Who's
could
the
wear
best
hats
of
on
all
that
time?
hair.
Man,
Dude.
I don't.
I was. I started taking it off.
I don't get caught up. That's so much.
LeBron or
with-
Jordan talk.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so much
Sports
on.
show now. Let's
Right,
talk about
yeah, it's officially a sports
The
show.
stats out.
Dakota's just leaving.
Yeah.
But
I'll see you guys later.
I just everybody else is so into that I just don't even throw
Yeah, I hate
my
even
hat
talking
in that
about it.
ring.
Yeah.
But I just honestly, last year at this time, I got that Jordan hat and it just stuck and it looked good.
I like
and I've
it.
worn it ever since. So, and then once we started like building the brand for the show, I was like, oh, I'm the hat guy. So that's how it went down.
So
But-
Jordan.
If Jordan didn't have his brand in his clothes and his shoes, I'd be like LeBron all day.
Yeah.
Like if Jordan was an Adidas athlete, I'd be like, I
Not
hate
even,
Michael
yeah,
Jordan.
not even a question.
LeBron all day.
Ben,
buddy.
you're 27.
Yeah.
Joey, how old are you?
24.
24. And you guys are 21, right? 22.
I'm 22.
Yeah, 22.
Chase,
So-
you're not 23 yet?
September.
Geez,
Oh,
you're
okay.
22.
You're
This is your
close.
place.
Yeah, I know it's crazy.
The
This is what
hell?
happens when you work hard and you live in Newcastle. You can afford anything.
move.
Yeah.
You can be a miracle worker.
They pay you to live here.
Yeah.
Just
Aaron
find
Dickens
a place
just
that's
cut you a
like
check.
almost condemned, you know?
Yeah. Fix it up.
Haunted.
Yeah. So the the point is, you guys didn't see Jordan play, right? I mean, barely.
Went to one
maybe he was a
Pacers
wizard.
Wizards game.
I saw a little
last
bit
year.
of it when
But you never saw him with the Bulls.
I did, yeah, a little bit. When it was Pacers Bulls in the playoffs,
Yeah.
I hated Michael Jordan, but I loved him but hated him because he kept knocking the Pacers out, and it was just
Yeah.
a big rivalry,
Yeah.
But
Fun
yeah.
fact: Michael Jordan never missed a shot. True.
Chase is our liar in chief around.
In his life? Yeah.
Well,
So
in
you
his life.
you have Bears stuff on. Are you a Bulls and Jordan fan?
for basketball, like I always root for the Pacers for that first round of the playoffs until they get knocked out. And then I don't really have a favorite team. I'll bounce around. Like I like OKC. You know, I'll root for the Bulls if they're in there. I don't really have a favorite basketball team. Big Bears fan for football, and then for
You
baseball,
got that man crush on Urlacher.
yes.
Who
yeah.
doesn't?
Especially now with the hair.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Oh,
I
man.
like that.
Didn't you
He's too
see
proud
his,
of it.
his ex-wife was suing him for, I can't remember. I think she killed somebody and something crazy, man. There was some murders involved and she was suing him for like $150 million. So Urlacher, he's got the hair,
murder
but
involved?
yeah. I can't remember what the
God.
story was.
Kinda
It was
Sounds like the
crazy.
Rick
Gets me
Root
going
story
more.
around here.
Yeah.
I like it.
Huh.
But I'm a Yankees fan for baseball. So.
Yeah. That's the whole reason I have this shirt, this Rays shirt. I actually watched the Yankees and Rays play in Tampa one time. I wanted to check that place out before it got condemned or they couldn't play baseball. Everybody bitched about that stadium, the Trop.
I went there once.
Yeah, it's cool. It was a cool place to watch a game. Yeah, Major League Stadium. I've seen games in Montreal, Tampa, Cincinnati, and at Comiskey, or
I've been
whatever
to-
the hell it is.
Never been to Wrigley?
No, not yet. Maybe someday Joey will
It's pretty
take me.
cool.
Bachelor party.
Hey, you let me know.
That's what I'm thinking.
We know how to do it.
Yeah.
Dick Strauss.
we chase safe chases and we ran through the dishwasher.
That's
It'll
right.
be
Yeah,
fine.
that's right.
So we had a Yankee fan who was just annoying as hell. The Rays are good. They're good. You know, they were there for 2 or 3 years.
Are you talking
09,
about Chase?
10.
Chase is
No.
annoying?
It's a
Oh.
dude named Dan who used to work with us. So I was like, I'm gonna embrace Tampa. We'd go down there. My grandma was living down there, so we'd go check them out. I was like, they're my team. They're my girlfriend team.
I like that.
Yeah. So that was it. So I've got like a Longoria t-shirt. I got like 2 or 3 Rays shirts in the back of the closet just for that.
As a
Nick
Cubs
Nick
fan.
Schnell fan.
As a Cubs fan, what was it like seeing them win finally?
I cried. For real. I mean, especially how stressful that series and that
Yeah.
game 7 was. Like, I was so excited, but honestly, there were tears of like relief plus joy plus. I mean, it was just nuts.
Did you go up to
curse.
Chicago at all?
Huh?
Did you go up to Chicago at all for any of it?
Nah, man, I didn't.
I bet those tickets were.
Yeah, it was just so many people, and looking back, you probably wish you'd been like
I went up.
once in a lifetime.
Plus,
but
it wasn't that great because no one ate poop. So.
I went up for game. They won in Game 7 or Game 6.
Game 7 in Cleveland.
So I went up for Game 6 and hung out in a bar in Lincoln Park.
Really?
Yeah, and I was there, and I think they won that game too, didn't they? Didn't they
Well,
win?
yeah,
They
were
won
down 3
6 and
games to
7.
1. And
Yeah,
so they had
yeah.
to win
Yeah.
Game 5 at Wrigley.
So I
and
watched
lost
him.
2.
Yeah, I watched him win Game 6 up there, and then we were back home because it was a Saturday night. It was like a Friday afternoon or Saturday night. My brother was like, "Hey, you want to go up?" Sure, we'll try it.
I mean, yeah, there's a point in that Game 7 where that was the lowest I've ever been in my life. So I mean, going from there, swinging back up to when they won, this high swing of emotion.
Yeah, it's only one time in my life as my team won. It was when the Colts won. when they beat the Bears. Remember that, Chase?
I don't. I don't remember that game.
The
I
kick return
remember-
at the beginning.
I
though.
remember
Yeah.
It's like,
the
all right,
beginning.
time for
I remember the beginning, and that's it.
Dunzo.
So I mean, I was like 10. So I
I
Darrin,
kinda
how
just-
old were you?
23. I was your
Oh,
age, Chase.
okay.
I was
All right.
Old.
I kind
Hopefully
of
the Bears
erased
win by
that, though.
23.
I just, That Super Bowl is so weird to me with the rain. It's like
It was-
Yeah, no, I'm kind of like, it didn't really happen.
It was
I thought-
surreal. And then the bigger game, the Super Bowl felt like a nothing compared to the AFC
Yeah,
Championship
that's
game.
true.
Jeff Friday with the touchdown. It was great. Fumbled the
Did that
freaking football.
happen?
What?
That touchdown?
Yeah, Jeff Saturday
I
recovered
thought
it.
Peyton
Recovered a
Manning
fumble
blew the
for a
game and the
touchdown.
Bears won that game because that's what Peyton Manning usually does.
Did you say Jeff Friday?
Yeah.
Is that what people
It's
call him?
in here.
somebody hurt my co-host. Will you just take him out and shoot him for me?
Dude,
I-
Put him to bed.
It
I
just
actually,
doesn't go.
I get to
I actually
adjust
met him
pants.
once, for real.
Jeff Friday.
Jeff Saturday.
I did too. He came to our high school, and him and his wife talked to us about premarital sex.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it was real weird because his wife was kind of hot. So it's kinda like, what kind of mind tricks you guys got working here?
So you bring the banana out?
But he
Or-
was real. He was real. No, she didn't do that. But he's a nice guy. You know, very.
You went to a
nice
Catholic
guy.
high school, so
Yeah,
A lot of sex talks growing up.
a lot of them.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Love
None of
Catholic
it really
school?
worked.
Interesting.
I know. Yeah.
all right.
I think we're at that point in the
I
show,
think-
Jared.
Shut it
I'm
down.
gonna go. I'm
I
gonna
think
go
Joey
there.
and the Jeff Saturday sex talk brought us to an awkward silence.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh, we can talk about
It
that.
did.
all
We're gonna
day.
enjoy
Got another
that.
We had
hour?
multiple.
Yeah.
Got
Feels
another
like
hour.
this, right, guys?
I'm glad you're not in the shot now.
Oh man. So the one more thing I wanted to ask you guys about your podcast is how you promoted it. You've had like the guests you've had, the lineup you've had has been ridiculous. You had McAfee on a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
So how are you? You going through the company Rolodex, and be like, hey, we're gonna have. You got all these Purdue players on. I mean, you're doing a great job of getting current athletes and people that matter.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Really, it's just we call it the scramble. It's like a week by week thing where
Wow, that's a new thing.
on like Monday or Tuesday of the day we're recording, we're like, what the hell are we doing?
We usually
And
record at
so-
5, and at like 4:15, we're like, who should we get?
Yeah. So honestly, you know, we message people, sometimes email an SID and tell them what's going on, what we're doing here in Indy and everything, and usually they're like, yeah, okay, 15 minutes. And
Yeah.
so surprisingly, everybody's usually pretty down, and we just try to stay as topical as we can. But yeah,
If we don't get anybody, we just go off the rails, kind of like we're doing
Yeah.
here, and it works out.
Yep. Jeremiah
how
has
it
us
goes.
booked through like July now.
Yeah.
No way.
I
He's
work
a
4 to
booking
6 weeks
fool.
out.
Yeah.
That's when
That
he
is the
did
way
that,
I
I was
live
like,
my life. It really
I'm
is.
jealous though.
I wish I did that.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
Minute by minute.
Yeah, no. If something goes on the calendar, it is locked. Like I'm done. Like I know what I'm doing and it's set.
It's a good feeling.
But if I'm nervous. Like we just now this morning I had our show for 2 weeks now booked, and I was getting anxious. Like oh shit.
how many times a
Dakota,
week
you
do you
got-
guys record?
Well, we're supposed to do once. We've done up to 3. We did 3 shows in a week, and we nearly killed
That's
each
cool.
other. That
That's
was
fun though.
it was intense.
It was. Well, it was. We should explain it. The three shows in a week. That was during the primary elections, so we had people seeking county office on
had
all
to.
3 days.
We had a,
And
we
it
had a
was-
hard deadline. We were trying
Yeah.
to get all these people through the studio to give them all kind of equal time and talk to people and give.
And it was like the same interview all 3 days. So it was really rough. That's what made it the roughest of all. And we had just finished. We had gone through like 2 months of doing that. It was.
See, that's what. Yeah, I mean,
You know
when
what to
we
expect, though.
It would be like Danica Patrick being honest, like, what's it like to be a woman race car driver, huh? And you've done that for 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Maybe she
And
should be our
then
next
Joey
guest.
wants to know, hey, how long you been a black quarterback? It's like
That's what we try to do, though. I mean, like, not that, but we try to get when we get these guests, like you hear so much of sports talk radio, and it's all the same stuff. So we try to get them
Change
on,
it
put them
up.
on the spot a little bit, play some true false games or whatever with them, and see what kind of personality they got. So
it's cool. I enjoy listening to it.
Thanks.
It's a different podcast. Like ours, we are totally free form. We don't do any production, but you're sitting there. You guys, first of all, you have style and you dress nice. And you have music. You have music there. We start out. Spangle set us up with the trying to do the hillbilly knockoff. We're not paying for music, but it's a kind of a Boss Hog of Liberty. The redneck Southern thing, which is
Right.
not us at all. But you listen to our thing, and that's the only music we got is there at the beginning. But otherwise, it's just us.
Yep.
BSing. So,
Best
but you
part.
clip it
Yeah.
up. You do it. I mean, it's a tight hour.
Yeah, we try.
We're about hour.
Squeeze it in. Anything over
Yeah.
an hour,
Yeah.
you lose some people.
Oh yeah. Well, we got true diehards that'll listen to anything we put out, and the other ones are like, no, I listened to 15 minutes and then we lost you.
I mean, that's
That's
with
cool,
anything, though. I mean, anything you guys listen to, I listen to. I mean, but it's tough because as hosts, you're thinking, why don't you want to listen to the whole thing? Like, what are we doing that's not good enough? But then I think about, I have podcasts that I really, really like, and I listen to 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Cut it
or-
off.
Yeah, in the
like,
same way. I think I have 2 podcasts that I actually listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's over an hour.
But even then, I split it up, right? You
Right.
know,
You
you're-
don't listen to it all at
You
once.
never have a
Exactly.
full hour.
Nah.
To bang out a podcast. Nah.
We do
Fun.
the we do the We're Libertarians show. That's kind of our at the top of the hierarchy, and we're on the We're Libertarians network. So that's the big show, and those guys, 8, 10, 15,000 downloads an episode. And then we're a child show of that, and those guys do 2.5 hours. I mean, it is
Yeah.
intense.
Yep.
That's
Uh,
true.
Yeah.
Really?
So
It's a- it's a-
for us
it's
doing an
really-
hour, it's like that's quick.
It's really long form, kind of like Joe Rogan. That
Right.
would be.
How long is
Yeah.
that? Isn't he
Uh,
like number one?
He's like 3.5 hours. Yeah.
And he has one guest?
Yeah.
Just rolls it like Howard Stern
That's
style?
what
Yeah.
I love, man.
But they're good. Like every single episode is packed full of information. He does a good podcast. I mean, you don't get to the top without being a good podcast, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yeah. Enough promoting Joe Rogan. I'm not doing this for free, Joe.
Yeah. Chase, you got final thoughts for us? We'll start with you. You're the
I do,
veteran.
man. I do.
Don't cost anybody their marriage.
I was gonna say,
You
what's
shared a
Nashville game?
video. You shared a video of that girl drinking the beer at the baseball game.
Yeah.
The-
so
the baseball
I put it
landed
in the
in it.
chat. We'll share it. So this girl at Petco last night, or the San Diego game, somebody fouls one off over home plate, goes backwards, lands in her. She's holding her cell phone in her left hand,
Oh, it
beer in the right hand, lands in there. She catches the ball in her beer cup, and then swigs it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
She did it.
It was the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like she just moved right above Kate Upton for me. Like I saw her walking down the street. I'd shoot my shot.
You you saw the Kate Upton Verlander pics though.
It's a screensaver.
I've
It's a
seen your phone.
screensaver.
Well, she might be number 2, okay? But yeah, she won me over with that. Katie's my girl, but if Katie did that, if that happened to Katie, I'd get down on one knee in a heartbeat.
You'd
Yeah.
be engaged.
It was super hot.
It would
Huh.
be the deal.
Huh.
All right.
So that's
all I-
that's what's holding him back, Katie.
Yeah, you
That's
just gotta
it.
catch a foul ball in your beer and chug it.
She
gonna
was
be out there
watching
taking
earlier. I don't
BP,
know if she is now.
She's gonna be shagging balls now, like a beast, thirsty for a ring, man. That's dangerous.
So what's the final? I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
That's all I got. Usually I have a whole list of things and I just ramble on for like 4 minutes, but that
Beer girl.
just-
Sealed the
beer
deal.
girl, man, she stole it.
That was it.
Joey?
Cool. Well, I mean, what's the rules here?
Anything.
Anything,
It's
man.
anything. The floor
Whatever
is
you
yours.
want to do.
Shameless self-promotion is
That's it,
encouraged.
yeah,
I kind of wanted to
Yeah.
know more about you guys because I feel like we skipped over some of that part. And
Yeah.
you
Well,
guys
ask
are
questions,
pretty
man. It's
cool.
yours.
So,
So that's
what
good
was
enough.
Barstool like? How long did you guys work there?
We were there for last summer,
All
last
last
spring and
summer.
last summer.
So that's how
months.
you met Riley, your
Yes.
girlfriend, your fiance.
Yes.
I don't want to get the pronouns wrong.
It's all right.
Because I met her in April of last year, and I think that's probably about the same time you met her.
Yeah,
Somewhere
March.
in there. March, April, yeah, right in there. Because she had just started with Barstool.
Mhm.
And I didn't know her at all. It was forced camping. Our families were, families
yeah.
were camping together. I was Sarah's mom's birthday party. So
Fun.
your new family rolled up in the motorhome, and we were there next over, and we're the only people that are, Sarah wasn't even there yet. She was working or something. So Riley and I spent the afternoon just drinking and talking. So that's how I got to know her. And then I was like, oh my God, Joey, and because I had followed you on Facebook through your stuff you were doing. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. It's
Yeah.
a small world.
Small world.
So, but you
my
met her
friend.
through Barstool. You guys were interns or staff or
Mhm.
whatever.
Interns, yeah.
Barstool Indy, Barstool Heartland, Barstool America. You had like 4 different names in a day.
That was crazy.
It literally was like a
We had
day
to make
too.
the logo too.
Did
so
you?
We had to make like 17 different logos.
And somebody got fired like immediately, right? There was a
Who's that?
whole big
They
story.
were trying to set the tone, yeah, because there's, when you first start off with that, it was such a new experience for everybody.
Who'd they fire?
I can't remember, but it was.
Some harassment.
That
thing.
one
Yes,
dude.
that's
It
who
was
it
a-
was. It was Smash. What was his name? Something C.
He was an actor.
I feel like
they
I
probably
feel like
paid
Ben
him to
knows,
get
but he's
fired.
holding back.
I don't know. Is it like Matt?
No, it was the dude with the shirt.
If you're driving, you can Google it. Just there's stuff in the fridge.
Cervix killer. Cervix
Oh,
killer.
that.
That's
Okay,
what it was. Yeah, cervix killer. And
He's
actually,
pulling out all the stunts in the interview
the,
process. He peed his pants. You know, he had the right
Nice.
mix of
Peed his
things.
pants,
He made
yeah.
the squad, and then he did something stupid. He DM'd like one of the hot Barstool girls, and it was just like
It was the
going
end.
the wrong
somebody
way.
found out. Bad news.
Yeah, but
Dude.
it was funny because in the picture that Dave Portnoy used and the blog that he did to announce the firing of that kid, I was sitting right next to him. So I was like, don't sit next to the cervix killer kid, man. Like you see somebody in a t-shirt like that, just avoid him.
Just don't do it.
Oh,
Yeah, but no, it was cool. I mean, we got to hang out with Pat McAfee and all the boys for a summer and do
Did
some
some- did some
creative
good work for 'em.
work, and
Yeah, they paid us back, and it was all good.
Met Riley, and
Yeah.
so it worked out.
That alone is worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Final thoughts from me. Is this what we're on now?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where we're at.
Well, first, thanks for having us. Really, this is awesome. Obviously, like we said, this is like what we strive to be. Have a bunch of Jordan flags and hats and all that kind of stuff in there. Follow Espresso Fam on Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook. It's at Espresso Fam, all one word. You guys
Follow
have it or
us on Instagram.
Benedict Polizzi, Joey Mulinaro. Just talking straight to the camera now. But yeah, we'll try to put out a show a week and then some videos every now and then, just to entertain everybody and have some fun. So, again, thanks for having
It's
us.
been our pleasure to have you on. I don't
Yeah.
think this will be the last time you're on.
Okay.
Unless you can't stand coming back to Newcastle.
Go.
Maybe you guys can come see us
Hey,
downtown Indy.
You let us know.
Next
Nice.
trip. Let's
Rob
do it.
Kendall's trying to schedule me, and I got to coordinate with
We know
Rob.
Rob really well.
I know.
He's
but
got some
Rob's
espresso
been on.
gear.
I've been on
He
Rob's
does have
other
some
show,
espresso gear.
and then I'm supposed to do the Saturday show for the Libertarian podcast type of thing. But maybe Abdul, Rob. I got a lot of guys in that building that I'm
crew.
buddies with. Yeah, all the
Part of it.
politicos. That's my people. All right, Benedict.
Final
Hold on, can I
thoughts.
hop in here
You
real
got
quick?
it.
I'm sorry, it just came to my head, and I figured this would be a good forum to kind of get some opinions. Want to get a tattoo?
Yeah.
You?
Want to get?
Oh, he's gonna take my final thought.
Want to get?
Ah.
No,
No.
not that. I know
This
what
isn't
you're
it?
going to.
All
but it
right.
could
oh,
be
that
a
was
good-
my final thought.
Son of a bitch.
It's a
We
good
don't talk.
transition for you guys.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting a tattoo. Dakota, will you put your forearm here? You have
I
one?
actually have 7.
You have 7, but you have
Yeah.
one right there.
But he won't stand up to show you the rest of them.
Still waiting on those capris, man. But I was thinking about getting one right here on this arm, on the forearm.
This is
On
the
the right
least
forearm.
painful spot I've ever had.
Okay. What's your guys' thoughts on the whole tattoo and on the arm and everything? Obviously, you're a fan. What do we think?
I like it.
Chase,
Yeah.
you got one. You got one on your back.
Depends
don't
on
you?
the tattoo. I
Chest.
got one on my
Chest.
chest.
I forget.
But what type of tattoo are you getting?
That's another thing, okay? Like you guys were talking about Solo, you're big Star Wars fans. I'm a really big Star Wars fan. Like May the 4th and May 25th would be like a holiday for me. May the 4th be with you, so it's going to be something related to Star Wars themes because it's like grown up with it my whole life.
Right.
And, it's something that I
I
love.
didn't
It's
know
kinda,
about this.
It's kind of my
How
escape.
have we not talked about this?
I was kind of afraid to tell you, but it's kind of my escape.
is a safe
Star
place.
Wars is. So I mean, what do we think?
All right, there's 2. I don't have any right now,
Yeah.
and I've definitely drug my feet, but I've kicked it around.
He promised on an earlier episode that if we ever crossed over 1,000 downloads, then he would get one, and we have crossed over
It also
1,000 downloads.
it also needs
mine.
it
Let's
also
go,
needs to
man.
be funded.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay for it.
I think you should do it.
What
All
a
right,
win.
so
That could be badass.
There's 2. I want to get the Morrell family crest. My baby brother's got it, and cousin Donnie, who we're going to try to have on next month. They've both got it.
Okay.
So I think if I do, and I'm not 100%, but maybe Morrell family crest,
Mhm.
and then the wing and wheels, IMS wing and wheels.
Nice.
That would be the other
See,
one I
that-
would do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's my
what's your
thing,
point-
right? Yeah. So those are the 2 that I would do.
Didn't Luke Skywalker get his hand like crushed or something in one of the earlier
lost
Star
it.
Wars movies? And didn't they have to like work on his arm right here? They tore it open. I think you
thought-
should get that.
Thought about that.
Dude,
That'd be
yes.
cool.
Like
that would be
like
so cool.
mechanical with skin ripping open.
A kid
He
from
won't.
Barstool
Chase,
has a
look at your
lightsaber
phone.
handle
Sarah's
right
giving us-
there on his arm. Could
Sarah's
be something
picking on
cool.
us.
Dude, get the skin ripping open with the mechanical arm.
Not the skin ripping open.
I don't
but
know
if
what
get, like,
what
the
I can't
wires.
remember. Do you get that, dude? No one has that.
That'd be pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah, that would
Wow,
be awesome.
Ben's on board.
Yeah.
Dakota's on board. Chase.
I like that
Jeremiah, what
idea.
are we thinking? Is that something along those lines? You know.
Yeah, I'm all right with it. As long as it's like you got to do like the military where you can cover it up, right? So you got to like the military has a good plan with where they can be. Like you got to be above the elbow, or you know what I mean, and you can cover.
Why do
them.
you have to follow the military guidelines if you're not in the military?
I think they're appropriate for business.
Jared,
Business
I
fan.
think you should get a Pokemon
Gay.
Go tattoo since you're such a big fan.
See, the thing is, I have one
That
on
was
my
a
back,
safe space, Chase.
but I don't ever see it. So I want one where
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
You wanna
I
see
can
it.
Yeah,
see
that's
it
why I
every
got
day.
that one
Right.
because I'm like,
Gotta put
I
some
got
thought
one on my
into
back,
this, man.
couldn't see it.
We'll talk.
We'll talk
about
on the
it.
way home.
We'll talk. We'll
Cool.
talk.
You got
All right, sorry to steal it. I just
No,
want
it's all right.
BP,
It's
go
all right.
ahead.
My thoughts. Again, I want to say thanks for having us. Thanks for shouting us out, promoting us. I kind of want to go with the true/false question for my final thought.
All
Can
right.
we do that?
all right,
Yeah,
cool.
anything you
Can we
want.
bring
It's yours.
another one out? Oh,
All right.
It's
My
yours.
time. All right.
Yeah.
You have up to
True
3
false.
hours.
Moist is the worst word in the English dictionary. English
True.
language.
True.
True.
Let's
We
say
gotta-
false.
We gotta,
Mm.
People get bothered by it. Which
people don't
which-
like moist.
Yeah.
I like using it, but I hate when other people use it.
So was it you that it made the server girl say moist out loud multiple times at the fancy steakhouse?
To be honest,
No,
I
that
don't
was
remember.
Danny.
It was Dan. It was Dave. Of course, it was Danny.
So if that's not the worst word, what is?
Oh man.
Pretty false, guys.
Smelly.
Ooh.
I don't-
True. Hey, stinky.
Yeah, I hate those
What's up
two.
with that? Those are mom
Stinky
words.
socks. No.
What else we got?
I don't.
Grimy? Maybe? No.
Don't like that word.
I don't like grimy.
I never liked Harry.
Anything
Yeah,
with
see-
a Y. They all end in Y.
Harry. I never
Joey?
liked
Yeah.
Harry. That would be my the one I would have an aversion to.
Well, that's my final thought.
So Chase said true on moist though.
Oh yeah, true. Moist is awful.
It's a bad one.
When you
Nah.
said it, I was like, ugh.
I know. I tried to get somebody with that.
Smelly's bad.
I did have something I missed though. Jared's becoming one of the biggest nerds I know. Everywhere we stop
depends.
now, he plays Pokemon Go.
I never quit.
Still
Yep.
on the
I
go.
thought that was
Still on it.
over.
I didn't know.
I thought the app was gone.
No, it's
Me
still
too.
there.
And we're at the bar during his bachelor party. I'm pretty
Yeah.
gone by this point, and I'm just staring at his phone. The super focus, and he's just banging away at it. And he's killing everybody. Like, you're a beast,
I
man.
had a
but
mission, man. I had to
Yeah, I
achieve a
was-
goal.
it
Okay,
took-
so think about that for a minute. We're in Nashville on his bachelor party in a bar, and he wants to play Pokemon Go.
It was my day.
You do what you want, man. It's your party.
I was.
Cry
I was.
if you want to.
I'm gonna be honest. I was
That's
hanging
what
on
I
to
said all
consciousness and
weekend.
helped
Yeah.
me.
That it, BP?
It's a wrap.
That's what you got,
All right.
Dakota.
My
D
final
squared.
thought that I'm going to steal from you.
All right.
Big shout out to Chad Rowe. It's Rowe this time.
It's not
Uh,
Rao.
No, different. I think. I don't know. But big shout out, local tattoo artist from here in Newcastle at Underdog's Tattoo Gallery. I actually went there and got a tattoo a few months ago, and he just had the opportunity to tattoo the rapper Post Malone's face. So like,
Saw that.
yeah,
It's
it's
my work for him.
awesome. I mean, obviously, I would never get a face tattoo, but like, Post has got it made. Like he could just stop doing anything right now and retire, and he would be set for life. So like,
He can do whatever he
yeah,
wants.
whatever. And he got always tired underneath his eyes.
I thought
which
it
is
said,
pretty funny.
at first I thought it said always fried. And I was like, okay, Post, that makes sense.
Yep.
But always tired works. Relatable.
I was amazed today at how many people had no idea who he was, and I'm like,
Yeah,
like you guys joke about being the whitest guys ever. Like I'm country music
Pretty
guy,
white.
right? Like country
Yeah.
music and like 90s, like
Well, he says it's like Dwight Yoakam.
yeah, like
You know,
I'm like Dwight Yoakam, Garth
Conway
Brooks.
Twitty?
No, not that old,
Oh.
but like 90s, early 90s.
Yeah, all right.
Little Texas, that kind of thing, or like Bare Naked Ladies or something. Like that's my stuff. Like early
It's
90s.
white
my
people
music.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very white. Like Blues Traveler. I was all about Blues Traveler coming. Yeah, that's fine. But Post Malone got on my radar because he's doing all these covers with other people, and it's cool.
Yeah.
So I knew.
So
who he
you
was.
like him?
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
He's fine.
He's
it's,
fine.
It's whatever.
He
I'm
started
not
dancing to
I'm
it
not
at his
going.
wedding.
I'm not going to his concert this year, right? But like, I went to Tom Petty last year. I went to Garth Brooks. I'm going to Dwight Yoakam in the summer. Like that's my thing, and I'll get to like 3 or 4 a year. But him being tattooed today was like the biggest story in Newcastle, coming from Chad doing this tattooing since either the Newcastle turkey that we created,
Yep.
or when Shia LaBeouf came to town a couple years ago, hitchhiking
Yeah.
through the city. It was ridiculous. It was Newcastle's Facebook was
Because it's just-
burning.
It's so cool, man. Like how many people can be like, yeah, the tattoo artist that lives in my town
He got two
tattooed.
face tattoos. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
What do
tattooed
they
Post
say?
Malone's face.
Oh.
Always
Yeah.
tired.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Those aren't like it's just on his wrist
Yeah,
or his ankle. That's
it's
prominent.
literally like
It's-
anytime that you see Post Malone in
What's
a
up with
music video,
face
a magazine, his artwork is going to be under his eyes. Like,
That's big
I
time.
mean, that's a pretty big deal.
It's huge.
And it was clean, you know?
Mhm.
Like,
Look good.
Chad's a really good artist.
Hey, coming
Uh,
for Luke Skywalker
Hey,
Yep.
come back to Newcastle.
Right here.
Get
So
in here.
seriously, though, he,
Post-Tad interview.
on the show.
yeah. But seriously, though, he does specialize in photorealistic stuff. So there you
There
go,
we
man.
go.
Just print one
Yeah.
out, man.
Cool. Hope
That's
mom's
right.
not listening.
All right.
All right, that's my final thoughts.
Well, that was what I
Yep.
had prepared, was to give the shout out on that.
I thought that you were going to say some stuff about local news because you went to the city council meeting.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I got a couple things. I did go to the city council meeting on Monday. I was hanging out with the Expo Center folks. We're going to build an amazing building in the Henry County Memorial Park. Going to have about a 70,000 square foot facility for 4-H kids and everything in between: boat shows, RV shows, education conferences, weddings, proms, all that stuff. So we're working on that. And there was a big rollout at the city council meeting. Some money to be raised. There's either somebody dragging a trash can in, or God is having absolute
I don't
fury
know
on
what is
Newcastle right
going
now.
on
Trash
outside.
cans out.
It is rough
Bring
outside.
him inside.
It's done. So yeah, we went to that. There was a presentation given on that thing, and they're doing the traveling road show. So I'm serving on that board, and that was fun. But then our boy Darrin Jacobs gave the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a power grab. City of Newcastle. He's trying to combine together with the city and the county on planning. So
Just like Darren,
I
a socialist.
listened to his
you know.
presentation, and he said, "Oh man, how's it going to be received?" I said, "I don't know. It depends on how the wind turbines turn out. How are you going to regulate turbines from the city now?"
All I want to know, Darren, is when you're going to put the Doughboy back.
Yeah. God, you're just terrible. Stop it. These guys have no idea. Don't make them
No.
accomplices to the Grand Doughboy theft of 2017. This city, every town has little things that get everybody up in a roar.
Mm-hmm.
For us, the Doughboy and wind turbines are like Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame and daylight saving time. Like, if you want the
Yeah.
phone lines to ring up, it's coming.
It's like little Sebastian. From
Yeah,
Parks and
it
Rec.
is. It is unbelievable.
For us, it's just Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. And Pop-Tarts. By the way,
Seriously.
Blueberry.
No, cinnamon,
Wildberry.
Yeah.
Oh.
You go with blueberry?
I go blueberry
It is
with
pretty
frosting.
good.
That's, yeah.
Blueberry.
brown cinnamon,
Or brown
sugar.
sugar and sugar.
It's
would be
best
my
You guys
one
have
right
it all
there.
Those
wrong.
are both fine.
It's
BCS.
strawberry with no frosting.
Oh
You're-
no,
you're-
Dakota.
Where's his mic?
You're very sad. 2. Turn off 2. Yeah. So the other thing, city council meeting. You and I were crying about Trojan Woods being closed.
Yep.
They've reopened
Yep.
it.
That's
Apparently,
good.
the woods are now safe for humans again, so you can go walking your dog through Trojan Woods again.
Good.
The city has deemed it safe. You're now safe. If
Interesting.
anything happens, it's Mayor York's fault.
Nice.
All right, that's enough of that. Thank you guys. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Ben, Joey, Chase, and Dakota for not letting me die in Nashville, driving me.
It was close.
I'm gonna give you homework. You gotta
Yeah.
watch. You gotta watch at least a couple episodes of Entourage at some point. I want you to know. I want you to know who Lloyd and
At least the
Lloyd and Ari
movie.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, the movie.
Give
Yeah.
you everything you need.
I want you to know who Johnny Drama is and hate him. That's what I want.
I might watch it with my girlfriend sometime.
There you go. It's on HBO Go or HBO. Yeah, you got.
Johnny Drama. That's who he looks like. There it is.
That's a
okay,
cool
Turtle,
name.
Johnny,
Johnny
Drama.
Drama?
Now, okay.
I like it.
Yeah. All right. That's enough of this. Next week we're doing we're going to all artsy next week.
Yep, we are.
We got Dick Bauslog, who slayed me in the last election, by the way, and I'm picking Aaron Dickin. Yes,
Yep.
county councilman,
Picking
city
Dickin.
councilman. They visited. You laugh. It's his sign up there. He doesn't have it on the sign. It doesn't say picking
Dickin. He's
Aaron
got some
Dickin.
That's what
tattoo
I'm
stars
saying.
under there,
Yeah.
too.
So next week
Yeah.
we're doing the Robert Indiana show. Robert Indiana passed away about a month ago, and they went up and visited him. He was the pop artist from Newcastle, Indiana, and they visited him at his house. So
R.I.P.
we're gonna have a special show talking about that. So look forward to that. We will see you all next week.
All right, fam.